Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horrific review. Flea and I are back as we continue our look into horror anime with the third part of Shiki. When many deaths occur in the quiet village of Satoba, Dr. Toshio Ozaki initially suspects an epidemic, but soon becomes convinced that something else is causing them. Welcome back. We are back a week early because we're back on next week again with the anniversary stream because Sundays is going to be streaming night.
Sundays are busy.
God, I have not stopped today. Chris's Crazy Theories first foray to finishness is out now.
I saw that. I haven't opened it yet, but I haven't ordered it yet. But I did see it was out, and I will be ordering it before end of business tonight.
That was getting all because you have to upload stuff to databases and stuff when it gets released, so that it goes to all the shops and all. It's fun, and then I did my review there of Horror Frankenstein, so that's releasing tomorrow evening.
Oh,
that's I think it's one of my shortest reviews.
this is what happens when you get too busy.
So I just meant there's nothing to talk about with the movie. I was like, ugh.
Oh, that good. Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't even slag it off. It was just, But you can hear all about that tomorrow night. But we are here to talk about episodes 13 to 18 of Shiki, and oh my god, are we picking up pace? And
this series is getting better by the episode. I said that. Do you know? As I said, it's either going to be like a slow burn, and then it's going to speed up towards the end.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's still a slow burn. Like it's not one of those episodes like 100 things happening at once.
Yeah, but it's all
at the end.
It's all happening on the same plot line.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's still the one plot. That's the thing. It's not 20 plots. It's one plot, but the characters are what's making it. And now we're getting the Kirishikis are enacting their plan, and we're seeing it all happen, and it's looking pretty hopeless.
Like they like the Japanese have this thing in their drama, movies, anime, books, radio plays, where you don't see much here in the West. Yeah, it's called the bad guys win. Yeah, it's like you'll have this heroic fight at the end with the heroes, but it's like it comes to nothing, and the bad guys win. I'm starting to wonder, is this one of those shows? Because, like you say, things are looking really bad for the good guys.
Yeah. And it's a classic example of the only way to defeat this is unity, but there isn't unity because there's infighting and people are fighting against each other and falling out and mistrust, and all the issues are coming out from previous things.
Oh, yeah.
Distracting from the actual real threat.
Yeah, I love the way you can kind of like see the organization in the community just kind of slowly chipping and fracturing and falling to pieces. Until literally there's kind of like there's two groups that aren't really in contact with each other. People are doing things that you're not expecting them to do. Looking at you, young monk.
I think when we've seen his relationship with what do you call her? Suneko.
Oh yeah.
And we kind of knew that he's been led astray, that he's not fully on board. He knows that the Shiki exists, or God, it took me ages to get that bloody word. The Ukiagari.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's not denying the existence of the Ukiagari, but because of his developing friendship, possibly more with Suneko, he's conflicted.
Yeah. I think the fact that he's a Buddhist doesn't help, because they're not allowed to take life.
He even brings that up. That was that was brought up. Well, he's discussed it or internally monologued about it.
Oh,
But yeah, we're starting off this with Natsuno and his transformation. So we're getting basically a point of view from of the actual victim.
yeah. I like that. I like the way it's kind of like it's viewing it because it's like we've seen the transformation from the side of the actual people who have embraced what they are, and now we're getting like Natsuno's kind of like perspective where he's kind of like he seems very nonchalant about it,
which is kind of his character anyway. He's very introspective. You know, he's one of those sort. Oh, right. My organs are feeling. I can feel it. You know, and he's wondering
yeah.
why are my organs feeling. Oh, that must be the next step of the process. You know, he's one of those sort of people. It's like whenever you read old Batman comics, Batman got shot, and he instead of just going, "Oh fuck," he'd be like, "Oh, bullet rips through my flesh. I feel it hitting the tendon. I'll, you know, blah blah blah." And you're like, "Yeah, that's how you think if somebody shoots you." You're like, or punches you in the face or something. You know what I mean?
Back in the days when old Batman comics used to read like noir. Oh,
God, I haven't picked one up in ages. I'm get back to Judge Dredd. I'll get back through all the back issues, collecting them again.
Yeah. Damn it! I want to buy all the old Dredd comics, but unfortunately, I can't afford them. All my spare money's being eaten up by bills.
I know that's. I'm having to like ration myself because there's like 70 volumes in the the back catalogs.
No, unfortunately I can't do that. It's like, well, while I'm here buying number one, I may as well buy 2 to 70 as well.
Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? You're like, it's the same as this stuff, you know what I mean? Once you get into it, you're like, oh, must buy the box set. Oh, must buy the collected. Oh, no, stop.
Must find Shiki, so I've got a copy of my own. But, wow.
But yeah, we're also seeing the temple. The temple still has got life in it. That's the most lively I've seen the temple, you know, with the volunteers turning up and the monks going about their daily business, because most times you see the temple, it's like deserted.
Well, it's just like doing voluntary service at the temple puts you in good books with the guy in charge. I'm pointing up at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So it's this kind of like, oops, had a few too many beers last night. I'll go and sweep the steps at the temple.
That works.
It's great. I wish more people did it. But it's like the temple. It's like considering all these people are kind of like dying. The temple is a really busy place.
Has it become more busy though? As I was just thinking about it, because it's been deserted most of the time. Is the prospect of immortality, are they all drifting towards it what they maybe didn't before? Is that what the whole scene was about? Maybe did I just misread that?
I don't know.
Or was that normal?
Because I think it's kind of normal. It's like it surprised me a bit that like there seem to be like so many young people there, because it's normally like old people who go and volunteer at temples. But if there's not many people left in the village, there would be people there like, oh, my grandma used to go there, so do you know what? Now she's gone, I'll go and fill her place, that kind of thing.
Yeah, like 30 years too early, sort of thing.
Just a bit. Would I do it? Depends how early I had to get up, to be quite honest.
Well, that's like one of them things, isn't it? Just if you're going to do it, you'll find the time. If you're not, you're not.
Yeah.
Tokijiro, it's some victims just happen, and then sometimes we spend time with them. So we're spending time with Tokijiro, but we don't see who's visiting him. But his wife went recently, so I suspect it might be her.
Yeah. Oh, hang on. Or does it mention that? No, I'm thinking of someone different. I think it is. It's kind of like it's almost like the new Shiki are being told to prey on their own families.
It's no, I think later on we're told that it's a genetic thing as well, so they're almost predisposed.
Mm.
They're more chance of rising if it's somebody, if they've risen, then it's more likely that someone in their family is going to rise too. I think that was brought up.
So yeah, that's when was that brought up? I think was it Megumi who was saying something about it? It was either Megumi or the guy with blue hair.
Who's blue hair?
Whose name? Like the one with the way his hair sticks up like ears. I can never remember the guy's name.
No, because he's talking to Curry, not Curry. Yeah, well, Curry. He was talking to Curry because her mother didn't come back and her adopted family didn't come back because of different genetics.
So do the lousy parents.
So she didn't want their own, it wasn't her own parents because they were in the city. But her adopted family, she wanted basically to come back and live forever with her. So there's actually another element here. It's not evil as in maliciousness, why or Okiagari are targeting their own family. It's I'm immortal now. Who do I want to be with me in the afterlife? Basically, my family, and then to go back for their family. So that's kind of how the cycle's going.
It's like, no, despite all these human elements, they're murderous, inhuman monsters.
It's really did a good job though of blurring the lines, isn't it?
There's no hard black or white in this. It's like there isn't really good either. There's intentions. It's like there's good intentions, there's bad intentions. But as for like hard black and white, good and evil, it doesn't exist in this. It doesn't. A lot of anime. There is this huge blurring between good and evil.
But it's done better.
As you will find out as we work through the other 200 or so horror anime we've got on the disc.
We've got this. We can do it. We'll get through them.
We'll be there. We'll just have to do like 10 a week. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Who needs sleep?
Well, to be honest,
I was doing this last night and doing the notes and stuff, and my eyes were just starting to close.
I remember it's like, this is fun. Comes this ping, and I'm like, yes. I finished watching. I watched 16, 17, and 18 last night, so I'm kind of like, oh, yes. Could have sat there and watched the last few, but decided not to.
No, it's one of them. You have to put the brakes on and be like, no, we're waiting. We're holding back.
I watched them now. I'm going to give spoilers, and we can't give spoilers. Well, not too many.
No. Then the victims have now twigged on because they know Toshio is working against them. But there's a bigger game afoot. Like they could take Toshio out any time. Yeah,
because his wife has invited them. His wife's invited at least one of them into the hospital because that's how he got in there.
Yeah, the one she was shagging on the side.
That's the one. The one with the blue hair like ears. Yeah, whose name I can't remember because I've dismissed it. I've dismissed his character as like, don't like him, so I will never learn his name and never remember it. I could Google it. He's not worth the effort.
No. No.
It begins with T. That's all I remember.
Tatsuna or something, but anyway. Her about Kyoko, that's where we first find out her name as well.
Yeah.
That she's been bitten. He's found her. But it was strange the way he's acting. Like, he doesn't love her.
No, you could kind of.
Marriage is over.
Yeah, you could kind of see I think it was one of those things where the way it comes across, is like he totally married her just to spite his mother. It's almost like that kind of relationship, and then he went back to run the clinic, and she's like, "Nah, mate, I'm not spending the rest of my life in the boonies. I'm a city girl," and she just kept going.
Yeah, and then just randomly came back.
Yeah,
So,
this is random. Then she just randomly turns up every so often. But yeah, but it's kind of like, yes, it looks like my wife is ill. I don't want this to be a burden on you, my loyal nurses. So I'm going to take her upstairs and look after her by myself.
yeah,
Not suspicious at all. It's not suspicious at all.
not at all. But we're seeing now the victims, like I said, the Ogigari have twigged on to Toshio, and they're basically now they're told to refuse hospital treatment and say they're going home.
Yeah, because it's like you have to do what your sire tells you.
Mm-hmm.
We've all played Masquerade, and it's like it's like, so yes, there's no more treatment. There's no more kind of like, even there's no more air quotes safety in the clinic. That's just it. They're going to sit there, get drained of blood, and then maybe rise a few days later,
Or not. It's all
or
a
not.
gamble.
The case may be. There seems to be more rising than not rising at the moment, though, to be quite honest. You see most like everybody who gets taken is rising.
Well, I question the population of this village. It's supposed to be a remote, out of the way village, but we've got 13 episodes worth of victims. You know what I mean? To me, that would.
It's like the number that's rising. It's a village deep in rural Japan. It's like they're probably all related.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the number of people, like, how many thousands are there in this village?
Jesus. There never seems to be any less. It's just like there never seems to be any less people in the village. It's just the faces change and get older.
Mm-hmm. We've also got Toru, who is just broken. You know, he's turned, but he can't get over the fact that he bit Natsuno and he's been going back to his place, leaving flowers every day.
That's not creepy at all. But I like the fact that they give him like it's an incredibly human thing to do. You're like, Nat, I'm sorry I killed you. It's like, every day since you died, I've been leaving a flower outside the window. I hope you rise so that I can tell you how sorry I am. But at the same time, in the background, he's still like ripping people's throats out like some kind of like rabid rat.
Yeah, he's not even subtle about it. Like, he just goes when he get. I think what he does though is, I think he explained this. He's holding back, so he's trying to stave off the hunger, not succumb to it. So when he does, he's a full rabid beast. So it's actually worse than when he does feed, because it's just he's into a frenzy, like Vampire the Masquerade when you run out of blood points, and then you misroll and you frenzy. You know what I mean?
It's like, whoops.
Control.
Well, that's the end of that night at the disco.
Yep.
I remember it well.
Yeah, that's basically the way he's just let those blood points run out.
Yeah, I think they're doing such a good job of like humanizing. I mean, it's like it's like damn it, what, I've forgotten his name already. Toro. It's like they're doing Toro is kind of, they're giving like they're giving a really good, and with several other characters, they're giving like a really good view on kind of like, I don't know, the distaste. It's like the dreadfulness of what has happened to them, and how just because they turned doesn't necessarily mean they're kind of like, they're not all like Megumi, who is thoroughly enjoying being a bitch more in unlife than she did in life.
Well, once she realized there's an opportunity to go to the city, so this is a base of operations. So if she proves herself, she gets basically a city job. That's her. She's all in.
Yeah, it's the exact opposite of one of the scenes that she featured in earlier, where she's like, do you know what? I thought this was going to improve something, but even more so now, I'm still stuck in this rotten village.
Yeah, and that was at the beginning, but now she realizes there's a chance if she gets promoted.
Yeah, there's a chance to go to the city, because apparently the victims that the new vampires are fed are apparently from the city.
Which makes perfect sense. And then it factors in with the removal vans continually moving. So yeah, I get it because once again, isolated remote village. How many people are in it? Like, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, the fact that they're having to bring people in and what they're trying to do is basically establish a colony,
Mm.
which I think we knew from this isn't new news, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's just how it's playing out, and I'm cool with it. Quite happy.
It's like small isolated take over a small isolated village in the countryside before spreading your empire of evil undead. It's a great idea. It works really well. It's not the first time I've seen this in an anime, but
Yeah, but it's a tactic, and it's not exactly a new tactic. But what once again, what I'm finding refreshing is we're not having to uncover that. We know that from the start.
yeah,
What we're uncovering are basically the characters' journeys, and they're not dragging you all over the place that you have to follow 5 different plot lines. You can just carry on and enjoy it.
it is nice to have a story that's set in one place and stays in that place.
Another interesting aspect of this is obviously Natsuno's parents.
Do you know what? I love his mother and respect her as a character. Just for the simple fact that it's like the note she leaves. What a great note. It's like dear husband. It's like basically it reads as dear husband, our son is dead. I'm leaving you. Goodbye. Signed, whatever her name was.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. She's gone.
But that's hippies anyway. Hippies are like that.
Well, it's kind of I did find it kind of weird that it's like Natsuno's dad is basically running around the house looking for his wife. Like, where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Runs into the son's room, sees his son lying dead in bed, and then breaks down over the fact that his wife has left him.
I think his brain broke because that's obvious later on. He's just broken.
What do you mean? What do you mean broke? I think his brain's been broken since episode 1. His wife.
Well, he's a hippie. They're both
his wife was like the scaffolding holding it together, and now she's gone. It's just poured out his left ear. Later on, when we meet him again, whoa.
That's because Natsuno's not there anymore.
It's like what's happened to him? Oh my god, he fell quickly. Door opens it wide. His dead son standing behind him. Oh yeah, never mind. It's understandable.
His little hippie world just fell apart. You know what I mean? The going got tough.
Like, hello, Dad. I may be dead, but I've come back home. Yeah. Oof.
But that's not the worst thing happens in the beginning of this episode 1. A rival funeral home opens up. Like
Dan. You mean not only a rival funeral home? You have to remember in one of the earlier episodes, a rival clinic.
That's true because that's mentioned again,
mm-hmm.
And you're just like, oh no. Do you know what that they're back in the day? God, when I was still in college, there just place opened up. Fucking 96. God, I'm old. 95, 96. This funeral home opened up, and I'm talking about, the bright neon stickers.
Oh God, yes.
That's on the front of like discount here, 2 for 1 off. All that sort of shit. Like it was proper cheesy as fuck. And to me, it was just somewhere. If you hated your relative, that's where you got them buried. And this guy was a chancer. We had one of our students, because it was one of them, that was 16, 17-year-olds, getting them MVQs and the work sort of thing. So she was going there in her work placement and coming in, obviously, or 2 days to do it, but she was coming in like every other day. And I'm like, oh, what's happening? I'm just going to do my coursework.
Jesus.
I'm like, hold on, he's letting you come in all this time to do your coursework. So it's one of them head scratchers. Well, and then it took me 4 days. Like, no, look at it. Oh, I'll assess now. Let's have a look. he fucking had her in because we obviously computer suite and printers. She's in doing the work in our office using our equipment because he's
What?
not dodgy.
What?
We need to
Wow.
buy his own ink, and you're just like, what the fuck?
Wow. What
And then
that right there, that's some A grade level cheek right there.
yeah, but this guy was also because some of the stuff we were seeing. There's a
Did
lottery.
he?
There's a local winner, local guy that won the lottery, right? And
Yeah.
he's giving out like local grants to the community. He's writing to him for grants and this and that. He's just a fucking dodgy bastard.
Did he wear a pink suit and have a pink top hat?
He may as well have
Oh,
because that's just who this guy reminded me of. I can't remember his name now, but fucking hell, that guy was bad.
I've got to be honest. Like, Shiki has one of the best funeral services you will ever see in anime.
I still want to get loaded into the exploding cannon, like the circus. Just boom.
You
Where
go,
you go.
boom, body flies out, and he's in the grave.
But we have MC funeral director. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Your loved one is here. Da, da, da. Come say goodbye. Come say goodbye. Come say goodbye. Da, 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 da. We're in the funeral. It's so much fun.
There was a lack of acrobats and clowns in the background, and they really needed an elephant off to one side.
Yeah.
It was like what a great funeral. It's like the way Grandma was like. I actually thought we were going to lose Grandma and Dad at the funeral. From shock.
I thought they were just going to get dragged down up the street. 2 for 1, yay!
It's like, oh my god. Oh.
But people have to use this because the rate of deaths and the temple can't cope. They're having to use this funeral home, and they're just mortified, and they're just like, I don't want to, but
he's like, but they're being told to use that funeral home.
As well, yep.
Because it's run by Shiki for maybe Shiki.
Yeah, well, that's the whole operation, isn't it? You can just see the scale of this like industrial operation is happening. The clinic is set up so they go to that clinic, so they get pronounced with something else, so it's not an epidemic, and then they get buried in the funeral home, which then swaps the coffins so to keep the body to see if it's going to rise or not, without having to go dig them up. Like it's proper industrial scale.
I'm gonna say that's just it. This is some top tier vampirification, if that's even a word. It's like you've got to be impressed by the level of thought that has gone into this. It's like, yeah, we just keep the bodies down here. If they wake up, they wake up. If they begin to smell a bit, we just bury them somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
Which just makes sense, but as more and more people are getting turned, do you know what remind me of? Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Yes, it does.
When they actually get a hold.
Another film I haven't watched for ages.
When did I review that again? I did a part of the movie marathon. Revisited that. It's still a great movie.
I must go and watch the entire movie marathon. Just watch Colin
me going
over the length of it.
I still need to take shots and do like a compilation of me just degrading over 48 hours. So. Actually, close to 50 hours of non-sleep. Yeah, we're a bit confused though, because like I said, we're seeing Toshio being utterly dedicated to his wife, and you're like, "What's happening here?" And then the first clue is when the bags of ice go around their bed. Like,
no. It's like maybe he really actually does love her, and he's just pretending he doesn't for the sake of his mother. So he actually thinks there's a chance that she might have a grandkid. But no, because like you say, about 2/3 of the way during this episode, she dies.
Yep.
He doesn't fill in the paperwork. He doesn't report a death. He just puts lots of bags of ice around there to keep the body fresh. And I'm like, okay. Right, I actually thought, of course, he's going to keep her there so that when she rises, he can like parade around and go, look, they're real, and everybody will be like, oh my god, the Shiki are real. So it's like, Henry, pass me my shog-off gun, and everything will be fine. Yeah, I forgot this was anime for a moment. Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, we're seeing this in the next episode. You have to love that off license. Like, what a mad family that is.
Jesus, only slightly.
That poor fella. Like, you can understand why that poor fella just decided he's had enough. Like, he's a big lad, big unit, not something to mess with. And then the mother just goes and gets him slapped about the place.
It's just like, I'm telling your father.
And then laughing at him when
He's a big lad, but his dad's like twice his size. I'm pretty sure his dad can't actually put like his arms straight down the side of his body because of the muscles in them.
Yeah. Oh dear.
There's no way I can be my father. What? There's so many good characters in this. That's the problem.
But this is also the first time we're properly seeing Mrs. Shiki.
Yeah, rigor mortis did not set in.
No, they bounce and they boing and they jiggle.
Oh my god! It's like how she manages to walk like that. I'm not quite sure. I think she might have dislocated hips.
But
why her hips are dislocated, we're not going to discuss.
But he didn't stand a chance. He had no hope of resisting that.
Poor lad. He sat there with his scuffs and his bumps and his black eye. He had no chance whatsoever.
No. Yeah, but I'll let you bite me if I can just touch them. Guy. You know.
God. Oh.
Now we're back at the proper anime.
Yes, here we
go. Borderline pornography.
What do you think Mrs. Kirishiki's first name is? Doris.
Actually, Mrs. Ozaki, although she's got black knickers instead of light ones.
I don't remember seeing her wearing any knickers. Not in that way. I just don't remember seeing knickers.
They appear later.
So they. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Mm-hmm. They do. Because I was kind of like, hello.
They're drawn in such a way that you can't miss them. If that makes sense. Not like
it's kind of like, hello. Where's this going?
Yeah. In the meantime, though, Seishin's father, the head monk.
Why is he so scary? You've got to be honest. He's the most frightening-looking character in this entire thing.
It's the sunken eyes,
the skeletal face, the fact that the fact that he's got like a full face, a full head of hair, but it's all growing from his chin.
Yeah,
he's just a creep, and he very rarely speaks.
Well, that's what makes it more sort of surprising when he does get animated and he wants to go and see Tokijiro. When he's on his way out, he actually makes a point of wanting to get up and go and see him.
He only says like 3 words though. Because it's like when they were driving back in the car and he was like, he's talking like the young monk, who I'm presuming is his son. It's like, the other people in the village, were they like this also? Yes, they were. And he's looking in the rear mirror. Does my father know something? Does he know the Shiki's existence?
Is there a plan? Are we going to be saved?
It's like I actually expected like super head monk. I expected like Mr. Vampire type shenanigans.
Yeah, here's my vampire hunter kit. You know, he hits a button and a secret hatch opens, and out comes the plot device to save the day. But we're not doing that.
It's
We're
like
not
the
doing
sword.
numbers.
It's the sword of MacGuffin. Kills
Yep.
vampires in one hit. But yeah, it's just like, I want you to send this letter to them. It's just a letter of welcome to say welcome to the village. So this is it. This is it. This letter is going to scare them off.
I love the way it's got a stamp on it when everything's within walking distance. Because we haven't met whoever's the post person is.
We never will. They've probably been turned by this time. So I mean,
but just the fact in this village, it wasn't a case of would you take this letter up? It was stamp on it, go post it, as if it's like miles, 2 villages away or something. Very, very strange.
It's because we're in Japan and it's the proper way to do things.
Fair enough.
The proper way of doing things.
But we also see, like you said, Megami is absolute holy terror. She is tormenting the Tanaka family. I can't. Was it because of was it Turu's funeral where they all fell out?
No, it's all to do with the fact that blue-haired guy. Oh, for God's sake, his name is Tatsumi.
Tatsumi, yeah.
Yeah, Tatsumi. I'm sure like Tatsumi said to her, it's like, oh, it's like her and her and like the Tanaka girl, like what's it like Natsuno and the Tanaka girl are getting friendly. I saw them walking together the other day, and she's like, because that's when she approached his father. Approached her father because she's there going like, it's like your father's dead. It's like sitting outside the window going like, your father's dead, and I'm not sorry.
Yeah. But she's obsessed with Natsuno, and it's Turu that turned him. So I thought that finished that, but I don't. It's just interesting the way she's decided to target the family, the 2 kids, Akira and
the girl whose name no one can remember. Yeah.
Maru. Didn't she? No, Maru's the other one. Maru's turned. We're getting into this territory again where there's that many bloody characters.
That's yeah.
It started off nice and simple. Now that it's like we're back to 25 plus characters.
Right. Shiki has a claim to fame, right? Mm-hmm. Shiki's claim to fame is that it has more voiced characters than any other anime you will watch. So the problem with this one isn't the fact that the plot's all over the place. It's the fact there's like 104 characters in it.
Yeah, that's
every single one of which is voiced. I've got a list here, but the pictures are so small that even with squinting and sticking my spectacles to the end of my nose, I can't tell who's who.
Yeah, what gets me is they put the picture of the voice actors, not the anime characters.
No, there's the pictures of the anime. I found it. His last name.
A different site.
Right. Their last name is Tanaka because the boy's name is Akira Tanaka.
Yeah, that's the Tanakas. That's what I said. The Tanaka family. I know Akira.
Yeah, but unfortunately, they've done it in the English way, where they've given their given name before their family name. So I'm having to look down through this list of I'm having to look through the entire thing to find bloody Tanakas. Takamura? No.
Curry. It's Curry. See, Curry, Murray, we've got a lot of similar names as well. It's Curry.
There she is. She has one of my favorite scenes towards the end of the series we're discussing at the moment, but I'll like pontificate about that when we get there.
But yeah, Megami is just tormenting them. She has been a bitch.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure there's a scene where Kaori is upset, so Natsuno, in order to cheer her up, takes her hand, and it's all based around that. I mean, for God's sake, she's only 14, mind you. Then Natsumi's 15.
Yeah, but Megami's also mental.
Yeah.
Like stalker mental, like even when she was alive. And this has just unlocked something. And like I said, I think she was prepared to just give up and be not invested until she found out she could get a position in the city. So her obsession about going to the city has been fired up again. And now she's going out to be the most horrendous, bloodthirsty, torturous Okiagari that ever existed. She's going to be an Okiagari of legend. That's in her head. So she basically gets her own kingdom. You know, that's what's going on. And unfortunately, the Tanakas are like getting the brunt of it.
Oh.
God.
I think evil and twisted is the word that comes to my mind.
There's a lot of bitchy women in this because Mrs. Tanaka is horrible as well. She's not a nice person.
She is like I get the feeling that she's one of these people who's like she's unhappy with her life. She's unhappy with her husband. She's unhappy with her children. She doesn't want to be married to like a local councillor. She is like the previous generation's Megumi who just wants to be in the city. But she's a thoroughly unnice woman.
And her kids aren't even bad. That's the annoying thing.
It's the bit where it's the bit where Mr. Tanaka dies. Yeah. And she sees the body and she's just kind of like, I can't remember exactly what she says, but it's like, now of all times, what a pain in the ass kind of attitude.
Yeah, just a horrible, horrible person. That you're like,
and then for some reason, like the funeral home's like card is kind of like tucked between his feet for some strange reason. And she's like, yeah, may as well phone them.
Yeah, and the arrived like express funeral services just arrived at the door.
It's like, hello, is that the funeral services? Yeah, my husband's there. Don't worry, madam, I'll be right there. Before she puts the phone down, ding dong. Funeral service calling. Creepiest bloke you have ever seen, including bowler hat.
Absolutely brilliant. There's Anjun. Hiya, hi Angie.
It's one of those things where it's kind of like in these 4 episodes, there are more things that have made me laugh than the entire. It's kind of like it's like you can tell something big is going to happen because it's almost like they're trying to.
Yeah, just lull you, just bring you back down, getting ready for the next sort of escalation of the plot.
Oh no, still there.
Little moments of levity, always good. And
what's going to happen? Something serious is going to happen because of all the jokes they're pulling.
Mm-hmm.
And then we go back to the clinic. Well, that's in a little while.
Yeah. God's sake, what's her name? The wife is dead. We know that now. It's confirmed. And yeah, Toshi was just keeping her at the clinic because that's what you do.
That's what you do with your dead wife when you love her. Mm-hmm.
But what I was not expecting was Shiki Saw 15 Shiki edition. I want to play a little game. Found footage, it's going to turn into a found footage horror movie because he's documenting everything. So we've got like a combination between Saw and the Reanimator. As to yeah, it's too intense for Flea. Flea's just went, nah, can't take us anymore. He just broke. Don't break now. We've got the really good bit coming up. Oh shit. Somebody's internet's being naughty. Let's try it again.
Drop me.
We're back.
Here we are. Sorry about.
You've just muted yourself. You click the mute button. Flea, you've clicked the mute button. Unclick the mute button. Nope. He's gone again. Just when we get to the mad science bit. So basically, Toshio's studying his wife, and he's not being gentle about it. I've just got the feeling that this is his hatred for the Okigari, but not only that, there his frustrations at his marriage is all coming out in these next couple of scenes, because the end of this episode is just him brutalizing his wife, and the fact that she's immortal and heals from the injuries just makes him do more. Like, he's slicing and dicing and electrocuting and prodding, and oh man, it's almost like he's unlocked something within himself. You know, the proper mad scientist, as in, yeah, I'm doing this for study. Honest, I'm not getting anything off this. Yeah, as you edge slowly out the door. So he's slicing her up, he's watching her heal, he's injecting her with every chemical. Like, it's not even drug. He's injecting her with bleach and cleaner fluid and just every
Pesticide. Don't forget the pesticide.
yeah, he's just going to town on her. Like,
It's like first I'm going to cut her. It healed up. Oh, let's try a bigger, deeper cut. Now let's snip through a few veins.
yep.
It's
Now this fella with drain fluid.
it's like, wow, really? Okay.
It's the way he pulls
But
her jogging pants down, and we see the lacy knickers, and he sort of decides to go in around there. You're like, okay, there's definitely something else going on here.
yeah, it's like, well, there's a couple of nice big arteries and veins down there. I mean, the what's it?
Yeah, but he doesn't even like he could be doing around her neck, the jugular. He could be doing her stomach. There's loads of places, but just the way he does it, like I said, I think this is more than just him experimenting. This is his pent up frustration coming out.
right. It was either because like he didn't want to damage like the upper part of her body so that they could have like an open coffin, or fan service. I know where my money is.
I'm going to go with door number 2.
I know where my money is.
Because she wouldn't be wearing lacy knickers if it wasn't door number 2. Because she'd just have a normal pair of underpants on.
Killer. Yes.
But the most erotic lacy knickers, you're like, yeah, okay, right. Let's see what this is happening. But he is brutal. He is not messed about.
It's kind of like, wow. It's like, I think as you were saying it earlier, is it because like there's just like no love or respect left in the marriage anymore, or is it just like his hatred of the Shiki that's making him do this?
I think it's a combination, because
bit of both, eh?
She was playing around. It's obvious she was playing around when she came back.
Yeah,
and that's how she invited them in, and plus the fact that she violated his clinic.
Yeah,
I think if it had been her home, not as much, but it was the fact that it was the clinic, and then basically giving them open access.
Yeah, I think if it had been home, I don't think it'd have made much of a difference.
But this just, like, he is burning on fumes anyway.
Yeah, it's such a good scene though, because it's like you don't see. I didn't see it coming.
No, that's what I mean. I was not expecting that. I was expecting, oh, he really does love her. We're going to see why he loves her, and then it's like, nah, I went completely the other direction. I'm like,
nope,
oh shit.
Nope. It's a live vivisection. You know, the ones that are the most fun.
And the fact that she's looking at him imploringly, and the only thing he does is get the duct tape out and go, shut up.
Yeah, she's screaming and begging, so he just kind of like tapes her mouth shut. It's like, whoa.
Carries on.
I was thinking the way he could stop the imploring eyes, he's like sew her eyelids shut with copper wire, but maybe I was going a bit too far.
I think something's unlocked in him. Like, honestly, something just unlocked, and this is his frustrations just.
I wonder if it's basically the fact that, you know, it's like in one of the previous episodes he met Mrs. Shiki, damn it, Kamishimi,
yes.
Doris.
Yep.
Yeah, he met Mrs. Karashimi, and she was basically, Yeah, and she was basically like oh, like you're alive because I take an interest in young virile men, and you're only alive now because I say you are. I'll be coming to visit you soon. And it's like, well, that's it. It's like there's no point in holding back if I'm going to be dead soon.
Something's just unlocked in him, and I think we'll see what the relationship is between him and his wife.
This
No love there whatsoever.
Yes, like this is his Die Hard moment, when he goes from being a character who's in the background to like a full-on action hero.
Yep. And then it finishes up with just Seishin decides that he wants to go speak, reconnect with his friend because they've been drifting apart because of their different opinions.
Yeah, but what a time to walk in.
And the way he's just like, yeah, could you give me a hand with this?
It's like he walks in the middle of a man hammering a stake through his dead wife's chest. I mean, but it's just the way the doc turns around and goes, excellent timing. Can you help me clean this up? Do you know, I actually thought that like hammering this wooden stake through the chest, he was going for the clean option because the other option was beheading.
He didn't know. He was trying to find out. And thus all the blood there wasn't from the stake in the chest, it was from everything else he's done there. That's the whole point. The blood all over the clinical room, the mortuary bit, is not from the stake in the heart. It's from every other experiment that he's ran on her. Like it's just been an absolute charnel house.
It was like an explosion in a jam factory.
The stake in the heart was the last bit of mercy.
No, I don't think there was any mercy when he did that.
No, he's just like, okay, let's see if I can kill you now. Dug, dug, dug.
There was no like, I'm sorry. This is kind of like whack, thump.
No, that's what I said. Something has just
and she
properly
screamed the entire time.
Hence the duct tape.
Like I'm there lying in bed with my tablet, eating chocolate digestives, thinking like, oh, that's a bit rough.
You know the old thing, duct tape turns no, and
it's like what it's like, and now we're going now with all this blood everywhere, we're going to see Flex Seal works. Wham! It's just kind of like wow, that was right. That was without a doubt one of the most cold-hearted scenes I have seen for quite a while. But after he'd finished, it was kind of like, yeah, you know what, justified. It's like there was no love between him and his wife, and he's learned lots of useful things.
I just got the clear as just purge whatever has been building up on him.
Yeah, it's like that. That's it. It's like it's just kind of like, I think it's like, because it's like the nurses right. The nurses aren't leaving, the nurses are quitting, and that norm, like when people quit their jobs in this village now, we know what that means.
Yep. Means they're turning, and that's that's the said. These 6 episodes is just the bleak, just the shadow of oppression going over this village.
It's kind of like, that's it. It's like the mushroom cloud of the apocalypse is rising from behind the village, and there's no way there's enough of them left, because there's only like a handful of people who are still alive, and everyone else has just been turned into vampires and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Or if they didn't turn, they're just dead. So
if this was a Call of Cthulhu adventure, it's going to be a TPK. It's there's no way out for anyone in this.
That's pretty much every Call of Cthulhu adventure.
It'd make a great Call of Cthulhu adventure.
Actually, yeah, I could see that. I could see this getting adapted.
Do you want me to be honest? This is a chill adventure.
I could see. Obviously, when we start
right. Like this is a chill adventure, except it's not vampires, it's werewolves, and it's set in Poland.
Fair enough.
The Polish incident where a village is being taken over by werewolves.
Cool.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, anime.
Seishin, obviously, we start off the next episode. Seishin's just, he's disgusted. We almost forget sometimes, even though he writes horror stories, that doesn't mean that old cliche, just because you write about stuff doesn't mean you do it in real life. He's actually a pacifist, and he follows he's a religious man.
He is. So, he's a Buddhist. Which right.
Don't harm us by.
I would become a Buddhist, but becoming a Buddhist means I wouldn't be able to kill stray wasps with raid until they die, because all life is precious. So it's like I have to keep my hatred of wasps alive. So I could never become a Buddhist.
I see that. Ants, it's ants for me. If I ever see ants starting to come out, it's like go.
But it's kind of like it's his religious sensibilities, because after all, a vampire is like a living, air quotes, living, thinking creature. So therefore, he cannot take its life, no matter how unlife it is, which is weird.
No, but if you're at the end of the day, if you're gonna be a practitioner of a religion, and if you're gonna actually be what's the word? Part of the clergy, whatever that might be, then you're going to follow that religious tenets. There's too much shit today where people join particular religions and they're completely opposed to whatever it is. It's like, well, don't join. If you don't like the club, don't join it, and make something yourself. It's weird. People are stupid. So of course he's going to be a pacifist. Of course, the idea of killing something is completely inapplicable to him.
Right, as a Buddhist, he's allowed to exorcise ghosts, drive ghosts out. What's the difference between a ghost and a Shiki? They're both dead. How can you kill that has no life, as they say in the
But would that not be? I feel like that should be him and Sunako's conversations. Like the deep philosophical, when he's in his headspace, in his private place, and she comes to visit him. I feel like they were probably conversations that happen or will happen.
The conversation that they have, where it's like there is no such thing as murder, because all death is accidental and not premeditated, is.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. We've been having these conversations and getting an insight into what he is. So I think if he hadn't have struck up that relationship with Sunako, then he would probably see it differently. But he has this is his Achilles heel. He has a connection to her, and he actually has affection. Because there is affection there. There's no doubt about it.
Oh, there is. It looks a bit wrong considering the perceived age gap.
But I think we talked about this last time. That was the initial, but the times, I don't think we're getting like a proper time scale. I don't think this is happening in the space of a week. I think that it's over months or possibly a year or more.
It's like there's a timeline. There's a timeline for this, because every time something happens, it gives you the date at the bottom of the screen. At the moment, where we are at the moment, I'm pretty sure we're in November.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it all takes place during the same year. So the timeline that confuses me is the time when they're discussing the background of the Shiki, because we have one that is Sunako's backstory. There's another one that is Mrs. Kishima's background. Because when that starts out from like the clothes they're wearing, it looks like it's set somewhere between World War I and World War II.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, well, obviously they're not young. They're by human standards they're not young. But I mean, these events aren't just taken. This isn't like over a weekend. This has been happening for months.
Oh no, this has been good. This has been going on for like 5 to 6 months now.
So my point is that Seishin and Sunako, we're only seeing some of the conversations, but this is the regular thing. So that's hence why I went, oh, hello, strange little girl. Should you be out at night? They're having these deep philosophical conversations. And obviously, Seishin has a loneliness in him. That was obvious with his character.
Yeah. I think
And even though it may not be romantic love,
yeah,
there's definitely affection there, and that's what's tearing him. So he can't see the Shiki now as evil spirits.
He sees us. I think him seeing her is like the Shiki ended with the conversation about Cain and Abel, where he asked if she was able. Also, he asked her if she was able.
Yep. And also,
she's Cain.
He's replaying that story because he finds the story again.
It's
all scattered. Like, somebody else has read it.
Let's say someone has read it and added notes to it. I wonder who that was.
Well, nobody else is interested. There's only one person that has an investment in him. Which
has Sunako actually been in his house?
We don't know who he visited. Because that's is that this episode or the next one? No, it's not. That doesn't get revealed till later. Because what we're seeing now is obviously we've got the Mad Hatter. You know, funeral directors are us, and he's even getting told off. Like, could you tone it down a bit? You might be interrupting operations here.
I laughed so hard at the Mad Hatter. But yeah, the scene where what was that later? This is the one where the doctor goes into the council building, isn't it?
Yes. And he basically just confronts them, and
I like the bit
finds out all his civil servants work at night.
Yeah, I like the bit where he walks in and there's just like the caretaker there, and it's like, where is everybody? And it's like, oh, you know, everyone works at night now. So everyone comes in at night, and it's kind of like, my God, they've all been turned, they've all become Shiki. And then he goes in at 7 o'clock, and the place is absolutely throbbing, and he's got all the evidence he needs to kind of like let the world in general know. And Mrs. Kirishima is there.
Yep.
Unfortunately, she's forgotten most of her clothing.
I don't think she's forgotten. But that's not the word.
Look, it's a good job.
She's still wearing more clothes in this episode than later.
It's like, look, it's a good job she's dead, or the gal would catch cold. We'll leave it at that. If she goes out on a sunny day, you know, unlikely, she's going to end up with really awkward tan lines. I do like her character though, because her character is just so kind of like pompous and bombastic. She has a real childish attitude.
Well, that ends up being a joke made later about who mummy and daughter are.
Mummy and daughter, because it's kind of like it's around this time, or it's over the past few like episodes that you realise that it's like the adult Kirishimas aren't the actual ones who are pulling the strings. It's Sunako.
Yep. The bit that gets me is that Mr. Kurashiki is actually human.
Yeah.
Not even turned, but yeah, he's
actually a human being.
And then you got to think to yourself, how long is he going to last?
I don't. Well, a lot longer than Mrs. Kirishima's like numerous affairs that she keeps having, apparently.
But that's
it's like, right, has she right, are they actually, like, questions, are they actually married? If they are married, yeah, is it just a paper marriage? Has she ever fed on him And if not, is it because she couldn't care less about him?
There's something, right? This is like one of these, where somebody's in an open relationship,
Yeah.
but it's only one partner is doing all the openness.
Hmm.
He's essentially a cook,
Oh, excuse me. Hmm.
and he's
I think,
besotted, and
yeah. Okay, he loves her and will do absolutely anything for us. That's
yeah,
been several times already, but it's almost like she's just kind of like, it's not so much, it feels, from her point of view, it feels more like he's a possession.
mhm. Like somebody
It's
gets
like,
those little Chihuahua dogs, puts them in the
yeah, it's
handbag.
like, this is my favorite human. Isn't he adorable? Pushes him back into the other room, eats 3 people,
And he's
There
just,
are-
and he's probably,
Hmm.
when he passes, because he'll not get turned, that outfit goes to the next one.
That outfit, oh God.
No, but you know what I mean? He's playing
Yeah,
Lord of the Manor, but
yeah.
there's probably been about 6 of him in her lifetime, or at least 2 or 3.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he's probably not the first Mr. Kirishiki to play that part. And then
So
once
that's it, because he, if he's a human, is mortal,
yes,
unlike his wife and daughter, unlike his wife and air quotes daughter. So it's kind of like one day she is just going to like eat him alive and find a replacement.
yeah, that's what I mean. He's probably at this point like a second or third. He's essentially a familiar. Who
Right,
thinks he's in love.
20. I say she's at least that she's Mrs. Kyoshiki is at least. This was done in 2010. She's got to be at least 110, 120 years old, maybe.
Probably, yeah. So let's say go through 2 husbands.
Hmm.
But it depends how old she lets him get before she gets bored.
Hmm. But it is like Mr. Kirishiki's got his pet, those 4 Dobermans.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder when we'll see them in action. And she's got her pet, Mr. Kirishiki.
As I said, he gets a chance to play Lord of the Manor for a few years before he's no longer desirable.
Oh, but darling, one of your hairs has gone grey, chomp. It's like.
Yep.
What's the money like, though? Is it worth it? Is the question.
But that's, once again, it depends on your personality. Like, if he's prepared to live that lifestyle and he gets something out of it where he wouldn't have before, then
It's.
he might have the happiest 5 years of his life.
There's a bit in one of the There's a bit in one of the next episodes. I think it's the next episode or the episode after. I think it's 16.
Yeah, we've just come up to now.
Yeah, is it this? No, it might be 17. Then it's the one where Mrs. Kishimi finally goes to the clinic, and the doctor is standing there with like a hammer in one hand and a stake in the other, and the stake just explodes in his hand because Mr. Kishimi is standing outside with a rifle, and he's a really good shot. And she says something about, isn't he a great shot? And then as he's putting the rifle, it's like, I can't believe I'm helping my wife have an affair.
Yeah, he's.
So it's like, how does he feel about all this?
It's one of them who's completely besotted. It seemed good at the time. I guess he's probably taken from poverty. Someone like him had to be taken from poverty and then given the keys to the castle. So he's somebody that needs to play Lord of the Manor. Where getting the adulation, the servants living in the big castle, that means something to him. So he needs that status. He needs the nice clothes. He needs the beautiful wife.
He needs a slap.
Well, yeah.
Mm.
But there's people that gotta exist, and that's where women like that, they attract that sort of man because that's the only man that will tolerate her. But then she's also dissatisfied with that sort of man. It's that cycle. So it never lasts because then she'll get rid of him. There'll be at some point, very, very quickly.
Oof,
That'll be breaking point.
That is so broken. It really is. I'm not going to use the T word. That is so broken.
Yeah, but that's it happens. You know, I mean, it exists in the world. We see it all the time, Mr. Smith. We saw how it turned out, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
William finally snapped, and he did it publicly.
Which you've got to be honest, if you are going to snap, is the best place to snap.
But yeah, that's that's where I'll come out. So yeah, there's people like that. It doesn't matter once again how big, famous, or how many baubles you put. It's all up to how you are inside. And if people have something like missing, then they look for it out. So that relationship's not unique. And at the end of the day, if he gets 5 years of happiness where he'd be completely miserable his whole life, then is he really
That's
doing wrong?
like 5 years of happiness versus however many years he spent before that staring at the bottom of a bottle.
Yeah, or just abject
Just like-
misery and feeling
yeah.
worthless. Yeah, so once again, it's not for me, but if it works, it works. But he's at that point now where he's like, I don't feel good at this. He's getting reminded how disposable he is. And he's really there to serve a purpose.
But is he? Here's a good question. Do you think with I think it's 4 or 5 episodes left to go on this? Do you think he's going to be a bad guy till the end, or is he going to swap sides? Is his humanity
After episode 18, it's all to play for. But I mean, we're not there yet. We're only in episode 16.
If I hadn't been lying flat on my back after watching at the end of episode 18, I would have stamped my foot. I may have tried.
Yeah, and it's like, no, don't watch anymore. Don't watch anymore.
Damn it! Damn it!
Stop.
Yeah, but it was 2:30, so I was like, damn it! I'm going to sleep now. And then just lay in bed for the next hour, yeah.
Oh, also, we've got it seems so random why they're throwing this in, but obviously we've got the dance getting organized for the festival, which the young people are having to step into because there's no older people left.
It's more like it's the older people stepping in because there's no younger people.
Oh, sorry, yeah, the other way. I knew somebody.
But it's kind of
the younger people are stepping into the temple because the older people are gone, and now the older people are stepping
now
into
it's
the dance.
Can we just talk? I think it's in this one about that poor bloke who's walking home after a night at the pub or wherever.
Has that happened on this one?
I don't know if it's. I don't know.
No, that's 17.
Oh, that's all right then. In that case, don't worry about him. It's fine.
Yeah, that's not happened yet. That's episode 17 where we just see the bleakness.
That is. Wow. Yeah, we're still on
16. We're just about to start talking about 16.
That's all right.
Yeah,
this is the one. This is I'm going to say 15 is the one where at the end, Natsuno meets with the doctor at the end.
Yeah, so everyone thinks he's dead, but he's not, and he's out in the daytime, which makes you wonder what's going on.
There are at least a dozen different types of Shiki,
which we find out later on, but at this point we don't know that.
Find out later on.
Yep. At this point you don't know that, so you're wondering. But yeah, Natsuno has turned, he's back, and he hasn't gone to the clan.
He's back. His dress sense hasn't improved.
But yeah, this is where we now get Sonoko's backstory and what's happened, and more of a hint that the fact that she's not the simple child that
When
playing.
When he was going through her backstory, and she was at the party, And she's going like, my father invited some friends, and he was there. And the person turned around. For a moment, I thought it was Mr. Kirishima.
But it's not. This is somebody else who we don't know what's happened to. Or
this is random character A. Obviously, it's the guy who turned Sunako.
yeah,
Or that's as far as we think, because it's never actually proved. But it's like, to be quite honest, what a grim backstory.
oh yeah, without a doubt, that's
It's
happy
like,
childhood. Everything stripped away in one night.
Happy childhood meets a monster. Like, gets ill, dies, wakes back up. At which point, her parents like basically shut her in a barn. They shut her in a storehouse, and it's like every day they send her a maid with food. Every day it's a new maid, because of course she kills and drains the maid every day, leaving the food.
Yeah, and it's just the pretense. It's I don't know whether it's to make the maid, here's your job, or it's to make them feel better. Oh, we were sending her with food. It's not our fault that it's one of them sort of weird middle class things.
Oh yeah, because it's like, it's one of those things where it's like she's not right in the head, so we've locked her up for her own safety, or she's got leprosy or something like that, so we've locked her up so that people aren't afraid of her. That kind of thing. And
We'll also sacrifice multiple peasants because they don't matter. They're chattel at the end of the day.
Well, they're a middle class family, so they've obviously they look like they were nouveau rich. So nouveau riche, so obviously they've got the money to be able to afford. Well, it's just like
that's what I mean. They see people as disposable. They're worried about their status and their how things look. Hence the pretense of the maid bringing food instead of just capturing and kidnapping. They have to have the pretense of being civilized, but at the same time, they're horrible bastards.
It's like, where's your daughter? Oh, she's terribly ill, but we're looking after her. She has her own private maids, but unfortunately, they keep leaving. The wells filling up as they're chucking the bodies down it.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that she finally decides she's going to leave. She escapes. She goes back to her family home, and they've moved. Somebody else, like another family, is living there.
Which beggars this was not anywhere near her actual home. So who was feeding her? Who was organizing this?
Who knows? I'm still guessing her family. Or what? Or if it wasn't her family, was it the guy who turned her?
But then would the guy that turned her not take her under his wing? Is that not the whole?
I have no idea. I love these stories that give you. I love these stories that give you the information you need, but in a way that you can't completely and totally piece it together because there's just little facts missing. But it's the fact that
that's also the beauty of a POV point of view. You're getting it from Sanako's point of view, so you're only seeing what she sees. So it's not all being spelled out and let out. She only tells you what she remembers and doesn't know what's actually happening.
Yeah, but I love the fact that it's like the story is concentrated on her, so you're watching her, and it's not until kind of like the camera pulls back that you realize that time is passing while you're watching her, because it's like she gets to the point where she realizes that so much time must have passed that surely her parents are dead. And then it moves on. It's like surely enough time must have passed that even her sisters must be dead. And she's there standing in front of the modern day diet building of the Japanese government. And it's just like wow, she hasn't changed a bit.
Once again, I'm going back to Let the Right One In. What age are you? I'm 12, but I've been 12 for a very, very long time. I think that's my favorite line in any book or movie.
Yeah,
It just
I
says so much. It's
agree
such a
with that.
simple line,
Mm.
but it says so much.
I'm gonna say, Sunako's age is never mentioned. She just gets very, very angry when the young priest adds Chan to the end of her name.
Mm-hmm. But we're well past that. You know, I mean, that was the initial, but we're well past that now.
Yeah.
Hence why I said the whole part of the conflict Station has is because he knows her now, and he's definitely got he's definitely got an affection, a deep affection, and he sees her as a living thing, not a creature, unlike Toshio, who just they're a virus that needs to be expunged.
Yeah. I need to watch episode 19. Damn it!
Not yet.
I need more.
After this stream, that's why we're doing 4 streams in a row. That's why we're not spinning the wheel halfway through, because it's like, no, we gotta watch this and the specials. We gotta watch this
I
all the
the
way through.
conversation was like, if it really, really slows down or nothing happens by the time we get halfway through it, we'll do something else and leave the second half of this for another time. But no, it just keeps getting better.
Yep, it's like, nope, we're doing this.
Damn it.
Yeah. Also, Turo continues to pay vigil to Natsuno. He's
I think there's more than friendship going on there.
he's a head over heels, and he loves him. He's proper, like, absolutely will gobble him off at a heartbeat. You know, but that's fair enough. That's more the fact that he's. I think he was a lonely person. Once again, I think he's similar to Seishin. There was a loneliness, but he finally found that one person to connect to, and then not only will it take it away, he had to do it because
I mean, it doesn't look like he's connected with any of the other people who've been turned.
No,
I mean, even Masao, being the complete knobhead that he is, talks to the others.
And Masao was a friend, and they hung about, and he hung about with the Tanakas. He wasn't alone. That was the thing. But with Natsuno, that was different. That was, and the fact is, it could have went somewhere. He could have eventually made a move and then been rejected. It might have just turned into a deep friendship. But as this thing was blossoming, whatever it was ripped away in the most horrible fashion possible. And that's what is tormenting Turu. Imagine Hollywood trying to do this.
No, I can't. I can't imagine. Like, Hollywood doesn't have the sensitivity to do this anymore. It'd have to be like, instead of just being like this is almost like it's a backstory. It's not a backstory that's being like pushed into your faces. It's just a backstory that is literally happening in the background. Hollywood would have to make a huge thing out of this and pull it to the fore, and kind of like they'd have to like did this right. It's like if like this, it's like right. There is no relationship. There's a hint that maybe a relationship could have been. They'd have to make that the relationship between between Toro and Natsana. They'd have to make it like the main selling point of the movie.
Oh, they have to be bent over, folded over every table at every opportunity, just in case you didn't pick up the hint.
Broke back vampires.
Yeah, it would just have to be slapping you in the face, It's
what with we won't mention. I actually quite like Brokeback Mountain was as a film. Brokeback Mountain was all right.
I still haven't seen it. Never got around to doing it. I'm not a massive Jake Gyllenhaal fan.
Yeah.
Most his, even Jarhead, like I can't watch that. It's just there's something about him's really jarring.
It's his head.
I don't know. He just has that thing. Like if he's in a movie, I'm not watching it. I have to be. I don't know. He just I just find him nauseating a bit,
I'm gonna be honest. I'm like that with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, I could see that.
My favorite Tom Cruise film is damn it, Eat, Sleep, Die, Repeat. The reason that's
Edge
my
of Tomorrow.
the reason that's my favorite Tom Cruise film is you get to see Tom Cruise die over and over and over and over and over. What a great film! What a great film!
The last Tom Cruise movie I actually want to watch was The Last Samurai.
The Last Samurai. I've got to be honest.
Now, the only reason I went to watch that
Mm.
is not because Tom Cruise was on it.
Mm.
Once I saw a trailer and once I heard saw Billy Connolly, that was it. I was sold.
Billy Connolly. Oh,
I'm like, it's a fucking Billy Connolly movie.
He stole the film. My best actor ever. Actually,
yeah, and then that's why he got killed. That's what pissed me off about that movie is that he got killed off because he was out acting Tom Cruise and just stole every scene.
I've got to be honest. I think Last Samurai is a great. Okay, that one I'll forgive Tom Cruise for that one. Last Samurai is a brilliant film.
Until the end, where he just becomes, oh, I'm gonna win everything. You know, if he had went, you know, what was that one with Keanu Reeves? The Ronin one, 51 Ronin, 50 Ronin.
Yeah, 57 Ronin.
Right, 57 Ronin. That's you know, if I had went like that, I'd have been on board. But no, Tom Cruise's ego couldn't let him die at the end.
I've got to be honest.
Had to be the hero walking out and limping off on his own. I'm like, oh, fuck off.
No. I mean, is it 57 Ronin or 47 Ronin? I've got to be honest. I prefer the original, which is in black and white.
No, but I'm just doing Hollywood to Hollywood comparison.
Yeah, Hollywood.
Keanu Reeves basically played the same sort of character, but he fell in and died at the end. You know, died at the end with the rest of them.
Yeah.
He didn't heroic. If Tom Cruise had been in that role that Keanu Reeves played, he would have had to have been let off or survived or, you know, special dispensation. He would have blah, blah, blah. But he didn't. You know, he played the role as is and set ego aside for the sake of the story. Tom Cruise can't do that. So The Last Samurai could have been beautiful story.
Yeah.
But Tom Cruise fucked it up. And plus, more importantly, he killed off Billy Connolly. So I only got to see Billy Connolly for the first act.
Wow.
Piss off. That annoyed me. Anyway. Complete.
Yeah. 47 Running, by the way, totally based on true story. A lot of samurai films that come out of Japan are all based off true stories.
Why not? That's the whole point of dramatization. You take an event in life and then you maybe embellish it or change it around. That's where folks tales and lore. There's always based on something. That's why current day writers can't write, is because they have no life experience. They live in a bubble. They have had no hardship, no struggle, no strife, no actual experience of going through this thing that we all do. And that's why their stuff shit. Because you always bring, there'll be a person you met, that becomes a character. There'll be an event, you bring it into your story. Even if you try and say you don't, you do. That's why every writer, doesn't matter whether it's books, TV, or movies, every writer has a voice, and particular writers will write a certain way. The same as directors, you know what I mean? That's why certain movies look a certain way, because they have a certain way they want things to look and that. And if you compare the two together, the actors are just me puppets. That's all actors are. They're just me puppets.
The problem I have with a lot of modern day directors. The problem I have with a lot of modern day directors is they all seem to be trying to copy each other. So it's like so many filmed on this place, like bland grey, bland grey, bland and grey.
Because once again, the same sort of people who are in those roles aren't artists. They don't have any life experience. They live in a bubble. They're shoehorned in. Nepotism at its highest.
I'm going to say I totally blame Hollywood.
This is generational. This is not just yes, it's been since 2010. That's when it reached crisis point. But this has been a generational slow decline. since the 80s. There was this one of the few times I don't think I ever watched it. I don't think I ever finished the episode, but it was
Mm.
Brats of Hollywood or something. Got one of them dopey shows, and it just happened to be an episode popped up,
Mm.
and it was Hollywood Kid. It was basically like Danny DeVito's daughter was in it.
Oh God,
It
yes.
was, and basically these are even in their 20s, they're spoiled children and they don't know how to operate. So that was a microcosm of Hollywood, but that's across the board. So if somebody's in as a writer, they're in because they're the son or daughter of another writer or a producer or something, and they've been shoehorned in. Put that across the entire industry, and that's why you've got what you've got. That's the slow decline. Where if you think of the 60s and 70s, the Robert Redford show, Robert Redford wasn't even going to get his God, what was that role? Was it
Quick.
48 hours later or something?
I can say,
There's a role that the director wasn't too sure about him. He just passed out recently. He wasn't going to get his breaking role because the director wasn't too sure, but then decided they saw he wasn't polished or clipped enough, but he saw something in him. And then that's where he gave him the chance, and then that's how his career took off. There's none of that anymore. That doesn't happen.
No, everybody has to be like the son of this person, the daughter of that person.
Yep. Blah blah blah.
And it just leads to the same old grey mush.
Now you've always had an element of that everywhere. That's human nature. I get that, but when it's endemic across the whole organization or entity, that's where it becomes a problem. There's always been a bit of, and it's not even a class thing because back home, like the shipyard, you had to know somebody introduced you in. Even in working class, that's just human nature. It's when there's too much of it and there's not enough balance. Like anything, if there's not balance, that's when things wither and die and get destroyed. So we're seeing that across the writing sphere. There's none of that. This, however, we are seeing storytellers.
Yes.
And what they're telling here is the human story. Like this is a character-driven series. You know what the plot is. You know what the end goal is. That's not a surprise. It's the revealing of each character and their motivation. Like Sunako, I don't think any of us were surprised that she's the head of the Shikis. I don't think any of us went, "Oh, what a shock!" I think we saw that coming. That's not
no. I think they telegraphed that. That was fairly obvious that was going to be the case.
But we're here for the hows and the whys and how she ended up where she ended up. That's the interesting part, and we're seeing that she's a split personality. I guess has damaged her. She is a light side and a dark side. There's a side that basically every Okigari is terrified of her. They're terrified of her. They pay lip service. They do the hierarchy, but she terrifies them, even in a non-dead state.
It's the bit at the beginning of this where Tatsumi, the werewolf guy, basically comes up. He walks up to Toru, and it's like Sunako wants to see you. And he's like, and it's kind of like people who go and see Sunako tend not to come back because they have like a tea party, which is where she tells him her backstory.
And then that's it. There, it was like that. What was that mafia story? The baseball bat tea party or something. Everyone, if you got invited to this particular party, someone was getting done in with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I do. What was it?
It wasn't. It was after Capone. It wasn't Capone. It was one of the other big ones. But that was it. There was always this big dinner party, and everybody who went to it knew that one person was getting whacked. Because his thing was to have everybody around, and then the one person that betrayed him got done in with a baseball bat there and then, and everybody had to carry on with the party. It's that sort of thing. If you get invited to this thing, if you're invited, Sunako wants to see you. That's it.
I like the way that they're sitting tea, and he's Toro's kind of like, yeah, it's like once you get turned, you can't eat proper food, but you can drink liquids.
Which then explains their scenes at the dinner table, drinking the
Yeah,
wine, etc., which I thought was just blood, but it's actually wine. So
it's kind of like she's playing at being human, which is what I think she was doing with the young monk, playing at being human. She certainly had plenty.
initially, I think it was curiosity.
I say she certainly had plenty of times to kill him, but the one time she looked like she was going to do it, she changed her mind.
Yeah, there's it's same as him. He was dismissing her as a child. He was just dismissing her as somebody like intruding on his personal time. That developed into something. That's what I'm saying about the time scale of this. It's not just over a week or a weekend. This is over an extended period of time, enough for bonds and ideas to be shared, and that people basically intimately know each other. Even Turu's and Natsunu's friendship, that wasn't just like a weekend. You know what I mean? This has all happened over time, and we're dipping in and out, as the events unfold as the audience. But this timeline's carrying on.
But not for much longer, the way things are going.
Yeah, and then also now, and this is where it comes up that she tried to turn her new family and it didn't work. And yeah, she's miserable now.
Yeah, this is where we found out that Nao was adopted.
Yep. And the thing she wanted, that's what I'm saying about the lines being blurred, that it's not just black and white.
Yeah.
Because her thought was, I'm immortal. I want to be immortal with a family. I'm doing a nice thing. I'm going to make them immortal. It wasn't even out of hunger or what. She just wanted her family with her because she loved them dearly because they gave her that sensibility, and all three of them died.
Yeah, and Megumi is going to spend the rest of eternity taking the piss out of it because
Megumi is a cunt.
Because Megumi
is an absolute bitch. Of course, Mr. Tanaka, he is tormented. And his thought is just to go home.
Yeah.
I honestly thought Anime Dog was going to die.
I
was like, don't kill Anime Dog.
No, they can't kill Love. Love, what a great name for a dog. Love has to survive a little bit longer. But it's just the fact that it's like his wife kind of got what she deserved.
Oh yeah, she's a raging bitch.
Because it's like she's there, and he's like he can't get into the house because he hasn't been invited. And there's this almost like this green field around the house that he can't move through. But hearing the commotion, even the dog barking outside, his wife comes and she sees him there and she thinks he's a ghost. And he's like, let me in. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna let you in. Go away. She turns to run away and she slips. And as she does, she tries to crawl away, but one of her feet has crossed like the entrance of the home, and he's grabbed hold of her leg.
Yeah, and that's
her done for.
No sympathy for her whatsoever. What a raging, horrible
a cow.
She doesn't deserve to be immortal. She's somebody that you basically watch, and if she turns, you put a stake through her heart, or you put a stake through her heart just in case she doesn't.
Like I'm wondering whether or not she will turn, because it only needs to be one side of the family.
Yeah, but just one genetic line that's passes through.
Yeah, but I don't want either Akira or Kaori to like become Shiki either. So now he's failed with his wife. He can like he can like go back to the cabin in the mountains and never come down again.
I don't know what's. Here's the thing with this series,
Hmm.
especially the way it's starting to go. Anybody's fair game. There's nobody's safe.
Yeah, the darkness level is kind of like really ramping up as we're watching these last few episodes.
Oh yeah, because
it's like dad's dead, mum's dead. The
her mum's
reason
on her
they,
way out.
right, mum's on her way out. The reason they find out is because Cowrie wakes up the following morning and it's like 9:05 and they're late for school. And then she wakes her brother up, and then she goes inside. She goes into her mum's room and sees the bite marks.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh.
Props to Akira for stepping up to defend his sister. Not so many props to Akira for doing something really dumb afterwards.
But that's yeah, forget that because that's coming to episode 17. But just before we wrap up this one, obviously everyone in the village, they all know now. There's no denial anymore that something horrendous is happening.
Yeah, they're just ignoring it.
But they can't ignore it. They're at the point where they can't ignore it anymore. They're trying, but they can't, and it's annoying them because obviously the Japanese thing to do is like back to the paper walls sort of thing. That's their culture.
Yeah, it's like that's it. It's like what's going on next door is nothing to do with us. What's happening at the end of the street is nothing to do with us. But it's just the fact that you get those old couples sitting outside the shop and it's like, oh, you know that bloke who died the other day? Yeah. Well, someone who looks just like him's moved into this one of the empty houses. Oh, it couldn't be him though, because he's dead. Oh no, it couldn't be him. He's dead.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, it's vampires, but how blind do you have to be? I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. The circle's closing, the net's tightening. This is where they're having the existential crisis because they're trying to carry out as the normal way, the normal process, dealing with that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But they can't. Everywhere they turn, it's right in their face, and they can't ignore it. And that's caused its own stress and darkness in the village. That you can't act if you can't act by your base. You've been taught this is how you cope with things. Here's the way to do it, and if that's not working, then that's going to cause stress. So it's that thing's happening to you.
I've got to be honest. At this point, I was just kind of like, do you know what? Every single person in this village, apart from maybe 5 people, I can count off on one hand. They deserve the end they're going to get. They deserve to die. It's like if they're just willing to sit around and watch it happen, even when even when it's like pushed up against their face, it's like they deserve to get their next tube.
But is this not the whole point of the Kurashikis moving to there? They've lived for a long time. They've operated in cities. They've carried out things a certain way, and now they've realized there's a different way to do things. And actually, in their mentality, it's more peaceful.
Yeah, it's
an entire village. They don't have to skulk around and do this.
It's the way they describe, like they're taking over the village as a nice, safe base. So I'm guessing that like when they've actually taken the village and when everybody in the village has been turned, they're going to start spreading out like the disease that they are. To get on with vampires.
I don't think it's that crystal clear. I don't think it's that straightforward. It seems that way, but from what I've seen on this show, that's what we think is a really simple, the simple explanation, but I think it's deeper than that.
We'll find out in like 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. We'll find out in 4 more episodes.
Or we'll be left hanging waiting for
Or
season
we'll,
2.
or we'll be left hanging for season 2, and it's what it's.
And we'll be coming out of retirement home to restart this podcast
I'd
again
say
to review the episode.
It's this anime was released in 2010, so that's what 15, nearly 16 years ago. If there is going to be a season 2, it's getting about time.
How convenient would that be? Just as we review this, they decide they're doing season 2 and it comes in the next year.
I'll check the anime news and see what's happening.
That would be hilarious. Or else there's a retirement home option, like when we're both dribbling away in our 80s, going, "Aye, that episode was fantastic."
Back in my day, we had Shiki series 1, none of this season 2 nonsense. Shiki season 2. Everything we know so far. As of this year, it has not been renewed for season 2. That's all it tells you with the picture of Megumi. Megumi.
There we go. But yeah, just to finish off, 17. Of course, Akira. He hears about the man that's moved back in. He runs straight back to his sister, who's starting to make steaks. Grabs one, and he's off he goes by himself. You're just like, you silly Rule.
Well, I understand. I understand. He's like his father is dead. His mother is dead. His sister's all he's got left. He wants to protect his sister. But why would you go in there with, nothing? I'd at least want a flamethrower. In fact, do you know what? Being the fact that vampires are kind of like comatose during the night, I'd just set fire to the bloody house. It's not like they can run out into the sunlight, is it?
He's a kid.
Are you telling me when you were a kid you didn't go around randomly setting fires to
Let's
things?
not talk about what I did.
Or was that just me?
Let's not talk about my childhood.
Okay. Fire.
I grew up in a rough place.
I
actually wasn't too bad. To be honest, I was considered a snob because I read books.
Right, my granddad taught me how to light a campfire in several ways, which were normally lit when we went out fishing for eels, because you fry them while they're still wiggling. But yeah, it's like I'm kind of like, when I was a kid that age, I'd kind of like take a look inside, go, nope, and then come home and tell everybody I'd been in there but didn't see anything.
Yeah, I always went up to the edge, and you hug around with kids in the neighborhood and stuff, but I just wasn't into that. So I would hang around for a bit, realize it wasn't for me, and then I'd be ostracized because reasons.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't regret it, honestly, because I couldn't be arsed. I see these skitters running about today, and I'm just like, they just hang around one block and that's their whole lives. I'm like, nah, that I never grew up that way. But yeah,
I spent my entire childhood running around the fields, screaming, being chased by a variety of wildlife, from swarms of bees to 1.5 tons of Hereford bull. So yeah, geese, ducks, rabbits, you named it, they all had it in for me.
Bulls aren't fun.
Well, but that's when I discovered that I have the skill to be able to vault a 5-bar gate without using my hands. I can hurdle 5. I used to be able to hurdle 5-bar gates. These days, the bull would probably catch up with me. The good old days. Just make you wonder how you survived them.
Well, better for it, eh?
I don't know about that.
Anyway.
But yeah, Akira goes in. He almost succeeds with his plan. Almost. Unfortunately, blue herd guy Tatsumi is standing behind him.
And doesn't take him out straight away because he wants to play games. The fact that he ties him up.
That's some pretty extensive rope work, you've got to admit.
Yep, but not only up there, takes his watch off, sets the watch in the ground, and has the torch pointing at the watch so that
At
when
the
Akira
dial,
wakes up,
you can see what time it is.
yeah, that's
That
twisted.
is that is some that is some level of like evil machination right there.
Hmm. It's not enough that you're
Mm,
beaten or you're going to die. It's
mm,
I want you
mm,
to suffer while it happens.
mm. Because I love the fact that everyone in this has a totally different personality. It's like there are no it's like in a lot of films. Looking at you, Hammer. Um, uh, every single vampire is like doesn't say anything, just hisses at the camera like an angry cat. And in this, they every single one of them has like a completely different personality. The amount of time and care that must have gone into writing the books that this is based on.
No, you can see it. It's really thought out and they
It's one
put
of
the
the things
effort in.
it's one of the things I love about anime. Well, anime manga in general, like the attention to detail that goes into them.
Well, it goes to show that we're enjoying it. Like 15 years later,
Yeah,
still enjoying this. It's still fresh. It hasn't dated. Like, really. Because of the setting and everything else, this hasn't aged. And it's a compelling story. It's not trapped. It's not using
mm, mm.
current day or, events of that time when it was released. So it's not stuck in that time. It's timeless.
Yeah. It could be that because there's nothing. It's like it's not dated, but there's nothing in it to date it.
No, because of the location of the shows.
I mean, there's some shows that are like set in areas like this, but they're dated because oh, my mobile phone's gone off, and they pick their mobile phone up. It's like a Nokia 3310.
Yeah.
Hello,
It instantly puts it in that time period, and that's it. You
like,
can't.
text. What's that there? What's one of those? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But this is because it doesn't. If there's anything like that, it's in the background, and it's so far in the background.
Yeah, it's the city. The city as a concept is in the background.
Yeah, the city is just a place. It doesn't mention. It's like the village is a made up village. It doesn't really. It doesn't tell you whereabouts the village is, apart that it's in the mountains.
Hmm.
Japan is a mountain nation. It's full of mountains. It's like the city is mentioned, but the city is never given a name. So again, it could be like Tokyo, Osaka, Kyoto, Nagoya. Could be anyone. Could be someone in Gunma. I just like it's kind of like the attention to detail. The attention to detail is in the setting of the village and the characters themselves.
Hmm.
The background is just kind of this mist. It exists, but it's not important for the story.
No, it's just a concept of
Hmm.
not being in the village anymore.
Want to
I like
escape?
that.
We want to escape the village. Why do they want to escape the village? It's never really explained why they want to escape the village. It's like Megumi wants to escape the village because she's young and the city is exciting to people like that.
Hmm.
It's like Matteo wants to go back to the city, wants to go leave the village and go back to the city because he's born up in the city. He's born in the city and he doesn't like the quiet life in the village. Unfortunately, his parents are hippies, but everybody has a downside. It's like the Shiki, the Kirishimas. They want to come to the village because the village is nice and quiet, and nobody really goes there. I mean, if you see people like getting on transport, it's out of the there's is it is it was either it's either this one or the last one where one of the old blokes goes looking for one of the women he talks to, and you just see her getting on a bus with a bag, and that is the
Hmm.
last you see of her.
Yeah,
She's
it's
she's
metaphorical. She's leaving.
yeah, she's gone. She does not appear in this series again. She hasn't been turned. She hasn't become a Shiki. She's just seen what's happening and she's left.
Yeah. So
I've got to be honest. It's only on screen for a couple of seconds, but I find that scene so sad because that is like a screenshot of someone giving up.
yeah, they're giving up their life because what they're going to do is they're going to live in an apartment Or an old folks home.
Yeah, they're
If they
gonna they're
can.
gonna they're gonna live. If they've got the money, they'll be in an old folks home. If not, they're going to be like, you know, a shitty little like 10 by 10 apartment that includes like bedroom, toilet, kitchen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then going from the outer space to being crammed in and always under stress because cities aren't nice.
Yeah, yeah. If she's lucky, she's got family who will maybe take family in the city, maybe, or in another village who will take her in.
But once again, it's just that everything she knows, which is left. But yeah, when I see Toshio is 100%, he's just getting ready for war. He's just making steaks all day.
It's like if you listen closely, if you listen really closely, you can hear the A-Team music playing in the background of that scene. I swear you can. Because he's just got this big stack of logs next to him and a really small stack of steaks, and he's just like sharpening the damn things up.
Personally, I'd have a bucket for the shavings. Like, just leaving the shavings on the floor wouldn't sit with me.
Being the fact that I've seen the Lost Boys, I'd have a bath full of holy water. So it's a wonder.
Yeah, the problem is he's fallen out with station, so that's not possible.
It's a shame they don't have holy water, because I'm pretty sure he'd been like dripping holy water into his wife's eyes as like you know, with eye drops, as like eye drops, to test them to see what the reaction would be.
Yep.
Actually, they don't have holy water, but they do have holy sake. But I do think that's a waste because you can drink it.
And Seishin wouldn't help him, so he didn't get to play with those.
Well, where's he gonna get it from? Bloody Seishin.
The scene with Toru and Seishin was quite nice.
Yes. Because it's kind of like, who's that over there? Don't come near me. And it's like, oh, you're the such and such boy. Are you a Shiki? No, please, don't come close. It's not safe to come close. It's a great conversation they have, and I think that is one of the things that finally sets, like, I think, right. Spoilers. Seishin's dad disappears, but I actually think what Seishin does in response to that is actually set in his mind by the conversation he has with Toru. Because it is like you have a priest, you have a Buddhist priest and an undead monster. The conversation between them is so good. Could you see Hollywood doing that?
Oh God, no. That's the thing that just they can't, like, especially today. 20 years ago, maybe a little mid to low budget movie might have been able to do it, but yeah.
That's just, it does make like this kind of the way Hollywood has gone makes me sad, because it's like they're quite capable of like this level of like character, this level of character interaction, this level of story. They're capable of doing it, but everything is about the mighty dollar.
They were capable.
Yeah, because everything is about the mighty dollar, they're just throwing out bad film after bad film after bad, especially where horror's concerned. It's like we were saying a while ago. It's like, if you want good horror now, your best chance is a small indie company, because the small indie companies are still capable of doing like. No, it's like you can't. Like, if you're a small indie company, you can't have like a special effects extravaganza. You can't expect like flashing lights and computer generated images to save your film. You've got to
Which
use.
was never the essence of horror anyway. That was.
You've. I mean, it's like I read an article that Steven Spielberg wrote once. Like, the horror in Steven Spielberg was going to be Bruce the rubber shark, yeah. But like the moment they put Bruce in the water, they realized it wasn't going to work, because it's like it absorbed the water, it swelled up, it went lumpy, it looked stupid. The electrics and the hydraulics in it failed, so they actually went back to using things like shadows and suggestion that something is there, instead of like full on like just showing a picture of a shark. And it's like, because of that, Steven Spielberg believed that because of that is why the film was a success, because it brought horror back to the film that a rubber shark would never be able to do. It's like special effects, maybe a squirt of blood, but special effects aren't the answer. Good writing and good
Looking at
storytelling
you,
is the answer.
I'm looking right at you, Alien Earth.
Oh wait, no. It's not called Alien Earth anymore. I thought everybody
Oh, that's
agreed
it.
that
How to
it
Train Your
was called How
Xenomorph.
to Train Your Xenomorph. Yeah. Right.
Broad
I thought
daylight.
I thought my brother was watching it because it's like my brother John. It's like he fell asleep during the first episode, and he says, "I'll give it another go." And I remembered this evening while we were eating, I was like, "Did you? I was like, what do you think of Alien Earth?" Because there was something about Alien Earth, episode 8, and he says like, "Well, he says I tried to watch it again, but I fell asleep during the first episode, so it's shit."
True, that works.
Good enough for me. That's perfectly good enough for me. It apparently from people I've talked to, it started off really well, and then it accidentally stumbled and fell off a cliff.
By episode 3.
Right,
Check out my review. So one more to do, and then I can fucking forget about the whole thing.
right, I like horror. I like science fiction. I actually logged into like just to watch Alien. I said Disney then, by the way. To watch Alien. To watch Alien. Yeah, be Disney. It's like to watch Disney. I just have to watch Disney. To watch Alien Earth. I looked at it. I looked at like the button to play for a few minutes. Spotted something else in the list of if you like this, we suggest this on the other side, and ended up watching Star Trek: The Motion Picture. You know, the original one with the original cast, and really enjoyed it.
You can always watch my reviews of every episode and just watch.
Yeah, it's like. Do they get more painful as they go on?
Oh yes.
Oh, I definitely have to watch them.
If you just see the thumbnail, I think the thumbnail for episode 7 that I chose exemplifies perfectly.
Oh.
I chose that thumbnail deliberately. I just went, what? Even so much I had to actually go find it, actually screenshot it because I knew exactly what I wanted for the thumbnail.
Oh. They're just not having a good time over there.
Yeah,
I feel kind of.
But this isn't that. This is
like serious.
This is
question,
a 15-year-old anime that's serious question. Yeah. What is America getting so wrong that Japan is getting so right? Storytelling.
Because it's like name
tell a fucking story.
It's like name like 3 good horror series that you've watched that have come out of America in the last 10 years.
The only one I would say is good is the Conjuring series, and honestly, that's not mind blowing. That's just back to basics.
Yeah, now
supernatural horror.
Yeah, but now because like the past 10-15 years roughly covers the period that we've been watching in. Name 3 good horror anime that you've seen in the past 15 years.
Well, I'd do it in the last 15 weeks.
I know, right?
Like apart from 1 or 2, like let's be honest.
Looking at you,
the only one like I actively despised was Patch Up of Horrors. That was dumb, and
I am actually surprised to find out that the manga of that was even worse than the anime.
that's what really finished me off.
It's like you can imagine the guy sitting at the anime studio going, "Well, that we've done our best, but there's only so much you can polish a turd." I find it so hard to believe that I haven't read it. I keep saying I'm going to read it. I've got to read it just to find out how much worse it is.
Yeah, you gotta do it.
Thank God there was only 1 season of it.
Yeah,
but then again. It's like we need.
But even at that, I had a laugh. You know what I mean? It didn't like.
It's like I like the fact that it's like even the fandom for Pet Shop of Horrors don't take it seriously. It's not right. It's not from what I've read. It's not supposed to be a comedy. It's just the way it's turned out. So the guy who wrote it says it wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be silly. It wasn't supposed to be funny. But as long as the fans are happy, I'm happy.
That works.
That what more can manga artist, anime studio, film company, director, whatever. What more can they say?
But Hollywood call that fan service and see it as a bad thing.
Yeah, it's like
That's the sort of mental people.
Hollywood would be like, oh, you didn't find it funny because you're too stupid to understand the epic magnanimity of
Hearts
the
that I'm reading,
MacGuffin
like
and the
heart.
doofle when they thingy. It's
Shut up. Nah, but it's down to storytelling.
it's true, but it's like.
Just tell a story. Just
I
tell.
honestly,
Tell a story.
do believe it's because Japan hasn't forgotten its storytelling roots. But then again, being the fact that if you think about it, America is a country that is only 250 years old. Are they old enough to have storytelling roots?
Probably not.
Because if you
And
think
plus,
like
they're
most,
mixed as well. They're not even like it's not as if it's a
like
America was
most
never a homogenous
like
region.
most of the storytelling, most of like the oral tradition in America comes from like its native population.
Or the the ones that originally.
Yeah,
But that's not homogenous either.
yeah, not
It's
a
bits of
lot.
this, bits of that, bits of
Yeah,
the other.
not
It's all
not a
sort of
lot of
mixed
it.
in.
Not a lot of it has come from the West. For example, it's like if you go to New York, no matter what state they were born in, what country they've moved from, every single person in New York celebrates St. Patrick's Day because they're all Irish.
They're all plastic patty filth.
It's like I'm like no. You're Irish. If you were born in, you're right. Your nationality of birth is on your passport. If your passport doesn't say Ireland, you weren't born in. If your birth certificate doesn't say Ireland, you weren't born in Ireland. There is no such thing as being 1/32nd Irish.
But these are things. Once again, if you're not a homogenous
Yeah, they're what?
people that have connection back,
Yeah,
like we can trace. Our families go
I
back longer in an area that we can trace.
can
That makes sense.
I can successfully trace my family on my father's side to somewhere around the English Civil War, the third one.
Here's the thing. I was working. What was this? About 3 years ago. I was sort of doing contract work for a document management company.
Yeah.
And I was basically scanning and archiving documents. So, for example, church ledgers.
Yeah.
That was some of the clients. So I'm sitting, and it was horrible in one sense, but I understood the purpose. I'm cutting the spines of ledgers that are dated 1100.
No, that's giving me pain. I'm in pain now.
So what you had to do is you cut the spine off, you put it through the machine that cuts off the gum, and then you get it ready for the next time, which is so I learned to operate the cutting machine. So that was my job, was going through, and obviously you had to do it. You didn't. The point was not to damage anything. The point was basically get the pages out so that they could be scanned and archived.
Yeah. So
I am reading entries 1123, 1057.
Yeah.
13. You know what I mean? This is just normal day-to-day entries.
Our local church, like St. Lawrence's, just down the road. It's like it's mentioned. The village I live in is mentioned in the Domesday Book, 1066, 1067. The church down there was built then. Some of the foundation stones of the church belong to a stone circle that sat there before the church was built.
Yeah, because most churches were built over pagan ritual sites, because that was one of the successes of the Christian church.
It's like
itself on the things that were already there. Yeah.
Yeah, we have like thousands of years of history in this country. It's like Japan is the same.
Yep. And with that comes oral tradition. It's in your bones. You can't describe it.
Yeah, and then America. I'm not dissing America. I'm not actively trying to diss America, but America's got like 250 years of 250 years, we'll call it, of like modern storytelling.
But what they did well, I'll play devil's advocate here,
Hmm.
particularly during this 70s and 80s, is they made it their own thing and they told exciting stories. Hence the birth, the proper birth of Hollywood and the Hollywood star was a 70s and 80s phenomenon.
Yeah.
So they had a unique position of doing something amazing that the world, you know what I mean? We all grew up with Hollywood movies
Oh
and
God,
we
yeah.
didn't bat an eyelid and we didn't see it as an imposition. We just accepted it for what it was
Mm.
while still having our own culture. Somewhere that got broken, and it's right about 2010. And once again, it's back to nepotism. When you put people into positions they haven't earned over and over and over again in every aspect, and this isn't just, it's not just the writers, it's not just the actors, it's not just the directors, but if
Mm.
you think about camera crew, special effects, everything went to rat shit. It's not just one element, it's all of it.
Ah.
And it's that whole thing of unearned success, not having to, if you don't have to earn anything in life, you're not going to appreciate it.
Mm.
Sense of entitlement, and it warps everything. And then eventually chickens come home to roost. People don't people don't resonate with that. The reason I'm resonating with this is I'm seeing parts of myself and characters. I'm seeing people I might have known throughout life. I'm seeing human, you know what I mean? I'm seeing
Yeah.
bits and I'm
Yeah.
resonating. I'm seeing the human story, even though it's vampires.
I honestly think like the problem with a lot of filmmaking companies, a lot of film producing, what these days is like the human story is missing.
Yeah.
It's like I don't know, thoroughly unlikable chap with a machine gun walks into a village full of bad guys, shoots them all down, slings a gun over his shoulder, and leaves. The end. Credits roll. There doesn't seem to be any development. It's like while we've been watching Shiki, yeah,
Mm.
you get to know the characters, you pick your favorites, you learn the names. It's like you laugh with them, you cry with them. There's some moments where you're proud of them. There are some moments where you've got your hand over your face thinking like, Jesus, why did he just do that?
Even Maso in this,
He's
even
like
it's a bit much for him. He's like, "What are you doing?" Even he is.
he's
Uh,
he's he's kind of becoming he's kind of, it's almost like he's because it's like um
he's had to
Mizumi.
grow up very
Yeah,
quickly.
he's a way, even though he's still like a knobhead, but he's so much better than he was when he's first. It's almost as if he's becoming like Megumi. Megumi is, she's gone off the deep end with both
Mm.
feet, bricks tied around her feet. She has. It's like Masao is almost like he's becoming Megumi's voice of reason.
Yeah, and that makes we can see that happen in that sort of character progression, and yeah, it's cool. Once again, so you can't exactly hate Masu. He's actually, uh, he's even going. That's a bit much. Calm
Oh,
down a bit.
he's a cock, and when he's a
Yeah,
complete nut cock, and when I'm feeling angry, I just like try and go to sleep and have a dream of me punching his face in repeatedly. It works. It's great.
yeah,
But it's like it's the kind of character you really need a picture of him so you can put his face on a dartboard. But he's serving his purpose,
hmm
because it's like wow, that Masao, he's an arsehole, he's an idiot, he's a really unlikable chap. But
but he's not Megami.
yeah, like when you put him in amongst the Shiki, yeah, he's actually quite a good. He's actually
He's
quite
harmless.
a guy, because
Mhm.
he's trying to like it's like, oh, we're killing all these people because we're Shiki and it's what we do. I was like, yeah, but why do we do it? What's wrong with what's wrong with like coexisting with people and like getting on that way? You're an idiot. Yeah, it, he's becoming the voice of reason. It's almost like he amongst the Shiki. It's almost like he's the new Toro. He's like the voice of reason who's trying to calm everything down. while Toru, on the meanwhile, has become like a full-blooded monster, cries over the death of his best friend while ripping people's necks out.
Yep.
Because I actually think in the transformation from like human to Shiki, Toru has lost his mind.
Oh, he's definitely snapped.
Yeah, which is why he's really sorry and he seeks redemption. He wants to be punished for killing his friend, but he's quite okay to kill people for his own survival.
Yeah, but I think also he holds off until the last minute.
I think that comes in episode 18, doesn't it? When he's having a conversation with someone where he's like, it's like you say you're not going to like use hunt, you say you're not going to drink blood, but it's like the hunger is so terrible.
With Ritsuko, which we're going to talk about now, but Ritsuko,
I am quite gutted by what's happened to my character. I was like, oh, of all the people who are left in the village, why? Also, the other nurse, the nurse with like the highbrow pudding bowl princess haircut, whose name I can't remember. Kid, the one who phones her to say I'm being kidnapped.
God.
I have no idea what her name is. If I look through this list of characters, I won't get
Yasuo.
Well, she's like I've got to be honest. She was of all the nurses, she was my favorite character because she was the one who was like most level-headed.
Yeah, but I love the fact that she's the one that dresses in the lingerie and stuff, even to work.
It's like
everyone else is conservative, but she's the one that's like in the moo.
I was not expecting negligee and G-string.
It just goes to show you never know what anybody's like, eh?
It was so, I was so shocked. I almost expected to wake up and find it was a dream. Because I'm like, oh my dear. She actually reminded me. Right, do you remember the Dick Emery show?
No.
Shucks. Oh well, there was a character in that was like, oh, you are awful, but I like you. Punch. She what's it? She reminds me of her. I don't know why. I'm showing my age. Oh God, no.
But yeah. Ritsuko, she'd already twigged on what's happening. She's starting to look into things. I thought anime dog number 2 was going to get it as well. I'm like, don't kill the anime dog.
Ritsuko saw now going into the woods after she was died, but she never mentioned it to anybody. There was scenes like she remembered it because she had like a flashback to that scene. She never mentioned it to anyone.
No, and also Toshio's completely blanking her, as if she doesn't exist.
Yes. I can understand. I can understand why he's doing. I actually think he's doing that in an attempt to try and save her, because now he knows that he's being targeted. I actually think he's trying to push the people he cares for away from it.
But I also think as well he is kind of detached anyway. So he's in his own world, and everybody else doesn't exist really.
Right. When Ritsuko contacts him to say that
Yoshio's been kidnapped, she's going to say,
yep, been kidnapped. That he's going to and she's going to her house. Please join me. He just jumps in his car. He jumps in his car, but he arrives too late. At least anime dog doesn't like the dust.
No, that's both anime dogs are safe.
Because all anime dogs should be safe. You've got to be honest. It's a great dog. It's kind of cool because it's like the character design. Some of the hair's a bit weird, but the character designs are really well drawn. And then you've got this dog that 4-year-old would draw.
Yeah, it's just bonkers.
Absolutely brilliant. But yeah, Ritsuko. Damn it.
Yeah, I was genuinely gutted. I'm like, oh no.
She was one of the few. It's like I was the nurse with the red hair when she disappeared. It's like she's disappeared, but she's disappeared. But we haven't seen her as a Shiki actually. When she disappeared, was she taken, or is she just another of these people who just like got on
Dude,
the
there's
phone?
something happening with your phone.
Oh, is it
Yeah, that's better.
is that better? I picked it up. It's like the red haired nurse. It's like she was last seen in the clinic when like the doctor was caring for his wife, and it's like she's disappeared, and the doctor's like, oh, okay. The question is, has she been taken, or has she just like got on the first bus and left the village?
I think there's a possibility of a second one because it was just showing
Mm,
him he's completely detached,
mm,
and the whole team's falling apart without his leadership. And yeah, they just feel like they're being shut out. And Yosio was going to resign anyway, nothing to do with being kidnapped. Just she was
mm,
next to him.
mm,
She's like, "Nah, if you keep doing this, we'll all be gone." Once again, it was episode 16, just showing the darkness, and it's permeating everything. That was a good episode in that respect, just showing the atmosphere in the village. This is not going unnoticed now. They can't not see what's happening. They might not know exactly
mm.
what's going on, but they know it's not good.
This
And
this 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 episode contained one of the oof moments. The bit where the guy's heading home from like the dance rehearsal for
yep,
the festival, and he's like, these two blokes are like, oh, evening. He's like, oh, good evening. Oh wait, I know that bloke. I know that bloke. He's such and such a son who's died. And then like he just pops his hand on his shoulder and goes, yo, Gramps, or something like that. And he runs away. He runs into the village trying to escape. He sees an old couple. And he's like, oh, thank God, there are people, quick, you've got to help me. And the two Shiki walk up behind him and they're like, oh, hey, Mrs. No, Tanaka. It's like what are you doing here? Oh, no, boys, have you moved into the village as well? And you can just see the guy's face drop.
which actually makes sense. They're all of course they're going
Mm.
to go back home. They're not all living in a. They're not going to give up perfectly good houses.
Yeah,
And once again, this is what
yeah,
Kirishiki
yeah.
said.
Right.
They want to just walk about in the open. They don't
Yeah,
want to be
right,
skulking
right.
away.
You know how earlier I mentioned like the apocalypse mushroom cloud rising over the back of the house as scene.
Yep,
That is this scene for me. This is
absolutely.
it. This is it's like right. There are so few living people living in the village now that it's safe for the Shiki to go back and continue with their lives.
Hmm.
I'm just like, wow, that is the bleakest. Yes, there's no chance. Everything's gone too far. There's no coming back.
But not just that. We've got two major things as well.
Mm.
Not just Ritsuko, but Seishin
Mm.
finds out his father wrote in the letter because he found the draft in the
Oh yeah,
computer.
because it's like your father's disappeared. What? But he's ill. How could he can't walk? He can barely walk. How's he managed to get away? Over to you, Colin, at the scene.
So the letter is, Dear vampires, I invite you into my room. I do not invite you into this room, that room, the other room, just this room, which has a window. Come and see me.
Come and not come and see me. Come and get me.
Yeah. Uh,
And I'm like that.
and you know
Damn.
why? It's obvious. He's ill. He doesn't want to be ill anymore.
Yeah, he's like he's old, he's ill, he's literally lying in his deathbed. But now he has a chance at immortality. And it's like if it doesn't work, if he doesn't rise, he's dying anyway. He's in
Yeah.
his deathbed. But damn, that it's like
I just
it
thought the fact the letter was like, I invite you into this specific room, which is my
yeah.
room.
Mm,
You are not invited.
mm,
Like he that means he knows
mm. Oh,
everything about Shiki.
oh
He knows
he
Okigari, he
knows what
knows
they are.
everything. Yeah.
I mean, the questions he was asking in the back of the car, as everybody else who's died been like this? Have they gone like this? Have they looked through that? Because it's like young monks, they're kind of going like, it's like, does he know what this is? Does he know what the
Hence
Shiki are?
the reason he went to
Oh,
visit
hell, he does.
Tokujiro.
Yeah, and it's just like damn. I'm like damn man. That is cold. It's like humanity. Who needs it?
And
Wow.
once again, that's betraying your faith at the same
Mm.
time.
Yep.
Because he's not, I'm no expert in Buddhism, but I imagine selling your soul to an immortal
Mm.
vampire
Yeah.
might go against the tenets of that religion as well.
Well, yeah, because it's all about doing things right and reaching nirvana and equality. So you will be in your next life, you will be resurrected into like a new form. You know, why be resurrected when you can live forever?
So he's essentially pissed all over his faith, etc., etc. And this breaks Sation. This just makes Sation go.
It's still don't understand why he does what he does.
I think the problem is we're only seeing snippets of the conversations between him and Sunako.
Yeah,
I
I
believe.
wonder if they've like, because it's like after the Cain and Abel conversation, you don't see them together again. But
No,
it's
but it doesn't mean
fairly
they're not. That's
yeah.
the
I
point.
say
We just because we don't see it doesn't
yeah.
mean this is not an
Yeah,
ongoing thing.
it's fairly obvious. Like it's fairly obvious from like what happens and how it happens that they've been communicating with each other in some way throughout the entirety of the thing. It's kind of like it almost feels as if nothing they've had to say is nothing they've had to say is important to the story any longer.
Yeah, because
So
we
they
don't really
haven't been,
see.
yeah, they haven't been bothering to like show the conversation.
Once again, this is something.
Mm.
This is the storyteller trusting the audience. We've set the scene. We've shown you the change.
Mm.
We've shown you dipping in and out. It's not like they've carried on from the same conversation.
Mm.
We've come in at snapshots of different parts of different conversations.
Mm.
So the storyteller's letting you know that things have happened in between each meeting that we see. We know it's
Yeah.
a regular thing. Hence, Seachin having genuine affection. You don't get. I don't believe you can be besotted by somebody. You can be obsessed physically,
Mm.
but I don't believe that you build a deep-seated affection or friendship with someone unless you know them.
Yeah,
You
I'd
have
agree
to
with
know
that.
them,
And I
and that's
love,
something that takes time.
yeah, I love the fact that the storyteller has put their faith in the viewer to fill in the gaps themselves. I wish more storytellers would do. I honestly, I wish more storytellers would do that. Not everything needs to be explained.
No, not everything needs to be telegraphed or overanalyzed. That's the whole point of breathing, giving the audience a chance to use their own brains. That's what's exciting about storytelling. That's what used to be exciting about it. Not everything was explained down to every detail. Enough was left, and that's what started conversations. That's why. Let's go back to movies. That's why movies used to spark conversations. They
Yeah,
don't anymore.
no, they don't. It's like
They don't.
anime.
The legitimate, apart from I like this movie, therefore I'm in this team. I don't like that movie, therefore I'm in that team. You know, a tribal thing.
Ah,
Nobody.
Team Jacob and Team Edward.
Yeah,
I'm as I've got to be honest.
that's.
As far as the Sparkly Vampires films are concerned, I'm on Team Stake Through the Chest.
I just love the
Mm.
blade meme. You seen that, haven't you?
Ooh, I don't think I have actually.
Okay, so the meme is I'll find it. You've got Bella and Edward sitting on a the scene where they're like sitting on a bench or something,
Yeah.
and blades in the background. How Twilight should have ended.
Fuck yeah. Oh God, yes. God, yes.
That's yeah, absolute classic.
Right, I saw the first
Hey
Twilight
Chris.
film. I saw the first Twilight film. Just kind of went, nah. Hey Chris, nah, I'm not into this because I refused to watch the films. My niece Amy forced me to read the books.
I've read the books and they're not better.
I've got to be honest. I enjoyed the books more than the film, but my favorite scene out of the book doesn't come until the last book, and it's literally Bella Right, Bella goes into Seattle to see this dealer guy who's been dealing with Alice, another of the vampires. The best written scene in the entire series of books is 2 lines about Bella stepping out of the car she's driving. It paints the picture perfectly. There's no extra words added to it for page count. It doesn't roll off into like pointless whatever. It's just she gets out of the car. It's the best scene in the book.
The scene that stuck to my mind where he didn't want her to go somewhere, so he rips the engine out of her car. And I just thought that was a bit mental.
Oh my God, toxic masculinity. I don't think Twilight do very well these days.
No, yeah, but if he spark plugs,
Spark plugs. Oh, yeah, right.
car doesn't work anymore.
Like, why not? Why not just like nick the distributor cables?
There's 100 things you can do, but ripping the engine out,
Potato, the exhaust. Undo the steering wheel.
Take the keys.
Pull the plug out the oil pan.
Even at the worst, pop the tires.
Yeah,
they're easy. No, ripping the engine out just shows a bit. Like I said, didn't enjoy the books. They're not for me. They weren't even for me when I read them.
Ripping the engine out, temper. But you've got to look on the bright side. If it wasn't for Twilight, we wouldn't have 50 Shades of Grey.
Never bothered.
Why is that? Because I only tell you this because someone else told me this fact and proved it. 50 Shades of Grey started on a server as a Twilight fanfic.
Okay. Yeah, I just never. Once again, it's not for me. It's for teenage girls.
Tangents.
And 50 Shades is for dried up housewives. Let's be honest.
My God, never read it, never seen it. Don't need to. Don't want to. I'd rather have good writing, like Shiki.
Once again, we are. Do you think anyone's having this in-depth conversation about Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey on a podcast for over 2 hours?
Nope. We are talking about Shiki, and we're
talking about a 15-year-old anime that's
still as fresh.
Yeah,
it's still as fresh today as the day when it was first aired. The characters are just as likable or hateable now as they always have been. The story is just as good, and it's like. Do you know? Thinking back, I can't actually think of a single film or television series from 15 years ago that I would turn around and say, "My God, this is just as good as Shiki." I can't do it.
No, you have to go back further. You have to go back to the 70s or 80s or even the early 90s. But no,
you name it, and it's kind of like the film production company has ended, but for some reason, it's almost like. The companies like the producers, the anime houses, whatever in Japan, they seem to be stuck in a rut, and thank God they are, because they're still bringing out amazing stories.
I think once again, it's that pursuit of Kaizen, continuous improvement. The job isn't good work. Yeah, Kaizen.
Yeah.
That whole ethos of do better, and if for somebody doesn't, there's always somebody there. It's that hunger to do it, and competition within. These things get produced in sweatshops. It's. I think you need it. I think if you get too comfortable when you're making something, if it's all too easy for you, that's where the consistency sets in.
I'd say it's like the artwork. The artwork has to convey the scene. It has to convey the image. You can't just get a megaphone and be like no, Tom, put more guts into it. Because if the cells for the animation are wrong, you have to go back and start from the beginning. And you have to remember. You know how it's like English soap operas. Yeah, the latest episode is filmed on the week when it is filmed on the week it's due to air. Yeah, these are exactly the same.
Well,
It's like while episode 10 of Shiki is airing, the company is out there recording the sound for animating episode 11. It's a massive dog eat dog, cutthroat, last minute business. It's like during during COVID, there were so many animes that got cancelled or held up simply because members of the production team had fallen ill, couldn't go into work to finish it off. It's like you very rarely see that in anything. I mean, how often, like if a film's released, it's like, oh, sorry, we can't release the film yet because the editor's ill, so we haven't finished editing it, so we're going to have to put it back till next week. Never.
they'll get replaced and move on, or just gets
Yeah,
shattered.
it's like especially it's like that. It's only the television series that do this, but God, I respect the people who work on them. It's like they have more integrity in their little fingers than the entirety of Hollywood.
Yeah, and that I don't like Western TV. I mean, I loathe TV. But this little what we're looking at, you can just see, and obviously we always call it out when it's bad as well. But this
Yeah.
is
Oh
this
yeah.
is amazing storytelling, and
I mean,
once
like
again, you
mostly.
can't manufacture that. That's the point.
Yeah.
You
Mostly
have
if something.
to
Yeah. Sorry.
no, you have to want to do. You have to have that passion. You
Yeah.
have to be prepared to put yourself out. I'll give you an example. Obviously today we released Chris's Crazy Theories, first foray into foolishness.
I'm.
That has taken us nearly a year. We started that last November.
Yeah. You can't rush perfection.
Here's the thing. Putting that together, I ended up going back to old school desktop publishing for each page because I couldn't get the images to line up properly doing it on a Word document or the other writing. So I tried normal word processing software and it just wouldn't, it wasn't looking right. And it looked thrown together and nasty. And then I just knew once it went into the software for, to get published into the print. So I actually went back and it was meant to be out 3 months ago. But I actually went back to this just had the book nearly finished, went back to page 1 and went, nah, this isn't gonna even sort of jiggery and pokery and push it out. It was never gonna look good. So I went back to old school desk. There's actually I'll show you when we go off stream.
Yeah.
Of the 100 odd pages, I've got the images.
Wow.
They're all images. Each page is an image has been made, so it'll fit and the text will align and it won't look warped and won't circle around and do all that stuff. It's we had to go back and actually, and this is all back and forward. Like I didn't just do it and throw it out. It was all the 3 of us are looking at it, making sure it looked well. Every time we got another chapter, it went for review, didn't move forward till we all had a look at it, And the reason I did that is from watching stuff like this, I see the way people put the effort in, it translates. So I hope when people pick that up, they can see that between the 3 of us, we've brought that ethos, and that's sorry.
Integrity. It's a word that Hollywood has forgotten.
And that's could have been released like I said 3 months ago. Could have just thrown it out there to try and make a few quid, but I want.
It's like you like.
It's not just my name. I've got other Chris's
name,
Cameron's names on it.
Yeah, you and the others. You've got integrity. You've got integrity. You've got pride in what you are doing. So you take the time to make sure that everything is as perfect as it can be before you send it to the next stage.
Nothing's ever perfect. That's one thing I've learned as well. Is this idea of perfection doesn't exist.
No, perfection doesn't exist unless it's Shiki.
You just gotta aim for it. But head accents. Like I said, I hope people enjoy that. But that's from watching these things, from seeing where it's done right, is what inspires me to not do things half-arsed.
It's kind of scary how many are right though. I mean, you've got to admit a lot of the things we've been watching is like random. Some I've recommended. A lot of it is stuff you've recommended. A lot of it is random stuff.
Yeah, we
But
just looked
the
up horror
amount of,
anime, got a list together, you know what I mean?
I mean, the amount of good far outweighs the bad.
Oh, without a doubt, these are enjoyable. I enjoy the process of going through these. I just love the fact that this is a simple story that's then got more complicated just because of the characters and their stories.
Yes, there's only one plot line.
I'm not getting my head beaten over with 50 plot lines for once. So, like I said,
no, you don't understand this because you don't understand the relevance of the column of light every 5 minutes.
But to finish off episode 17, bloody Toshio, like she's decided now that she's going to come for him just before this festival.
Yes,
and she's got the full Vampirella costume on. Like she is even for her, she's dressed up for this occasion.
I think it's best described as a gownless evening strap.
It's Lilu out of actually no, Lilu was more modestly dressed.
I think Lilu was more safely secured.
Yes.
When she bounced onto
if Lilu was a dirty slapper, this is how Lilu would have dressed.
When she bounced onto the screen, I almost gave myself whiplash.
She was not messing about.
Grief.
She wanted Toshio to come willingly.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the same with the steak, and where Mr. Cook is there with the sniper's rifle.
I'm damn it. I'm starting to feel sorry for him. I hope he. I've got to be honest. I hope he dies a horrible death. But I am starting to feel a bit sorry for him.
Yeah, that's the sort of we've had that conversation back. You know, it's just tragic.
We have.
If that's the relationship you're in, it's tragic. That's the only way to describe it.
But like you say, he's probably going to get 5-6 years of the high life before she gets bored of him and just kind of like.
She'll not turn him. She'll just kill him.
Yeah, she's not going to turn him. She's just going to snap his neck.
Yeah,
and that'll be the next one because she's like, but she's going to turn the doctor.
She sees something in the doctor. I'm surprised the doctor made it this far.
It's
without dying of lung cancer. Like honestly, that should get him before Harry Shiki. Like she's gonna bite it. I'm surprised when she bit him. Like her smoke didn't come out.
No, that's you don't. She's bit him now. It's just like every next time you see her, she's gonna have a cigarette on because once she's bit him, the nicotine craving on never go away.
Yep, that's it. She'll on the cigarettes.
Damn it.
Oh dear. But then that's him. So that's Seishin. Akira's captured.
Yeah, it's
Natsuro's turned.
I still don't understand Seishin. This is where this is the scene where she describes what Seishin has done, and I am still kind of like,
but it was his father. It was his father. That's what turned him.
It's like, wow.
He is a junior monk because his father's the head monk.
Yeah.
In his heart, he's a writer.
Position.
In his heart, he's a writer.
With suicidal tendencies.
Yep, which has been explored. He keeps referring to when he's had that
attempt. Yeah. But it's just like what? It's just kind of like it's just kind of like the fact he's just like sitting there drinking tea. And he's like, "Hey, Syndica's got a new pet now." Jiggle, 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 jiggle.
And I honestly see if this had been the episode we cut off on, That would have been like, oh my god.
That would have been where I don't know where this is going. I don't want to
Yeah.
know where this is going, but it's just like
However, we have episode 18, the
we have
Ray of
eight,
Hope.
we have 18, and let's be quite honest. Oh my god!
I think this is the
Like
most.
I wondered where this was going, and then 18 rolled up, and I it's like fist pump. It's like they ended episode 17 ended in exactly the right place.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. You're just caressful and you're like,
Mm.
is there anybody here to fight back? Is that it? How do we, what happens? You're just like,
What happens here?
yeah, I'm glad we're not ending the stream in episode 17, by the way.
Mm.
I think that would just be torture.
That
I would not
would
be
have been
sleeping. Like after the stream, I would not be sleeping. I'd be having to
Mm.
watch the rest just to find out and then
Yep.
go back over it again. But no, episode 18.
It's I'm going to say the best. The one where you learnt Sunako's backstory was good. The one like there've been several really good, really dark, properly dark horror episodes in this. I mean, it's like the doctor and his wife. What a great episode!
That was my favorite. Honestly, that was
that was the moment. But that was the moment when you turn around and you go like, yes, this is seriously dark horror. This is what we've come for.
If you didn't think this was a horror series, episode 16. That's without a doubt.
Yep. And then you get this episode. Do you know? I don't want to know. I don't actually know if I want to say much about this episode, so we don't give it away.
So, we found out that Natsuno's general, which is the same as Tashima, blew her. That's why he can walk about in daylight.
Mm.
So this is a different type of Shiki, and there were
they describe him as being a werewolf.
Mm-hmm.
It's close enough. It's close enough.
So that's fine, and obviously they've realized that because the whole village has basically been taken over at this point, to go looking for him, and then he's given the choice either join or be wiped out because there's no sitting on the fence.
I absolutely adore the bit where Tatsumi knocks on the door. Natsuno's father comes to the door, and he's just an absolute wreck of a man. But then it's like, right, is that because it's like his mind broke when his wife left him, which is how it seems.
He's a hippie that's had to touch reality, and that's enough.
Or is it because he's kind of like, got his dead son living with him?
That might have been a factor.
You think so?
Might have a little bit. Might have contributed a little bit.
Because I'm like, wow, he's really lost it. Oh my god, losing his wife and son must have like really hurt. Oh, his son's standing behind him. And he's just kind of like, there you go, can I come in? Yeah, come in. And he just goes in while his dad's wibbling. And yeah, it's so basically he's like, I'm not going to kill you now because I keep wanting to call her Sadako.
Sunako.
Yeah, because Sunako is like wants there to be more of our type of Shiki, and there's only like all the time she's been alive, like she's only seen like 4 of us. So it's like, yeah, I'm not going to kill you.
Makes sense. It's like having a familiar, the guard during the day.
Yeah. But damn,
and this is where there's no pretense anymore. Sunako runs the show.
Yeah, this is where it finally tells you what you've been thinking all along, that Sunako is actually like the head honcho and he's pulling all the strings.
And this is where also Ritsuko is adapting to her new on life and speaks with Toru.
Yes.
And
She doesn't want to feed. She's going like she doesn't want to feed. She doesn't want to attack her family. She wants to die as a human. And he's kind of like, that's impossible. But we also have the scene where Kaori. Oh wait, or was that the previous one? Because Kaori goes to the priest before the priest moves out, because she asks him for a posthumous name.
oh
which,
god, yes,
which
because
is
she's preparing for her
which
own
is
death.
which is
Yes.
which is the like the posthumous name is
That's
like
Sachiko. It's not Kari. It's Sachiko. No, it is Kari. Akira's sister.
yes,
Yeah,
it's
Akira's sister.
like she goes she goes she's carrying a shovel. She's covered in dirt. She's got the dog with her, of course. And it's like, can you give me a posthumous name? The posthumous name is the name that they will be known as, like literally like by the gods after they die, right? So it's the name. It's one of the names that will be put on the gravestone. And she wants a posthumous name because she knows she's going to die, and because Akira has disappeared and her mother and father are dead, there's going to be no one to give her a posthumous name. So she needs one, and it's because she's covered in dirt because she's dug her own grave ready.
Yeah, that's dark. Like I said, 18 was, or 17 was the darkest episode, without a doubt. Like, if you if you didn't finish that episode going about, oh god, I've given up on life. Oh dear, it's all finished. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know. Hopefully, Flea will be back in a wee second. Yeah, I don't want to talk too much about episode 18 because I think if you're following the series with us, you want to check that out. Really, when you get to this one, everything flips as we start to see the games that are being played and the way the fight back happens and how people, like our new characters, are adjusting their new life, but it's not over yet. That's the thing. You get this glimmer of hope that it's not all done. There's still something to play for. And even those that have been turned, there's a way to fight back. Uh, back in. Right. I was just saying, without spoilers, this episode shows that even those that have been turned, the game's still on. There's
Yeah,
still things to play for. There's a way to
they
fight back.
yep, they still remember everything. I apologize for disappearing. I was holding my phone close to my face and managed to touch the end call button with my nose.
That was clever.
Oh, I know. It's because I've got a huge nose. That's what it is. But yeah, it's just like it shows that it's like, even though they've been turned into Shiki, they're still the people they were before they were taken.
Is that not part of vampire lore anyway? Until you fade,
It's
it's
yeah,
the
but
fading that as a vampire is what changes you.
yeah, but we it's like we learn that there's a reason why they're like targeting their own families and while they're feeding on people like that.
Yeah, the genetic thing that was already mentioned.
But it's also that they're being told to,
Mhm.
because they're being told to because of the genetic thing, and there's more chance of them rising.
Yep. And this is all happening. It's like I said, industrial scale. The burials, the clinics, everything. It's all. This is an operation that's been in the planning for years, and this is obviously the first village they're trying it out on. But this is the new type of operation they've decided from whatever they've done before. She said, Drew, Chiganari, that we'll see her new relationship with Toshio and how that's playing out. And that's the best part of this episode.
Oh,
Without spoilers, it's just how that all plays out. That was brilliant.
it's like we are going to say we can't discuss the end of this episode. We need people to go and watch it so they can like
seriously, guys, you just need
revel in it themselves. It's
if you're watching and you haven't watched this series and get caught up for our next review in 2 weeks' time, seriously, you have to, because when we go to the last, there's the thing that I'd like to see more of on the channel is people actually watching. That's why I posted up ahead in advance so you know what we're doing, to give you a chance to join in. Because this is what makes it fun, is watching something and have people to talk to you about. So even if you're just typing in the chat and you've seen it and we can discuss plot points, that's part of the 3D experience. That's why we stream and go live and not just make a pre-recorded video. Is one who's on board, like I see is watching stuff. But yeah, if you can, especially for this series, catch up, watch it, catch up, and links in the description if you want to pick it up and stuff, or if there's other places you find it. But watch this series. It's so good. I'm genuinely enjoying this. It's everything you need. It's proper horror. Like some of the stuff before, it's been horror, but it's not there. This is right there. This is classic monsters and demons and religion and everything that you expect, and the humanity aspect and betrayal and depravity. Like there's depravity in this that you wouldn't expect, and it's all wrapped up like it's proper horror show. And yeah, you have to. I wholly recommend you check it out. But if you can, get caught up so that in 2 weeks' time, they're only 24-minute episodes, so you can do 2 or 3 a night if you're so inclined, and get caught up really, really quickly over the next 2 weeks.
Just imagine 1 episode per week.
No, but it's 2 weeks before the next review, before we finish up.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. Just imagine if you had to wait a week.
Oh God, no! Especially after episode 17. Oh, that'd be the worst week. You just like what? Even the way this ends on a cliffhanger, proper cliffhanger, and I'm like, oh God, I gotta know what's happening. Like I won't be waiting 2 weeks to watch this. I'll be watching it. Hold on.
No, I don't think either of us.
No, I'm not. I'll not be the weekend. I've got the schedules up. Obviously, I've got a few things to watch this week. Some stuff to do, but I'm going to start.
Shiki will be one of them.
Yep. But yeah, this is so much fun. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad that like I said, we were going to just do the 12 episodes, see how it went, and then either put a pin on it and spin the wheel again.
Got to be honest though. After watching the first 12 episodes, there was no way that we weren't going to be able to watch the rest of it. I mean,
no, it wasn't waiting. It's so much fun.
It's such a well written story, such a well animated story.
Absolutely, the animation is really simple, but it's good.
The hair still annoys me, but I'm almost tempted. I'm almost tempted to see if I can find the books. Because it's like there's a manga, yes, but the original thing is based off a series of novels.
I could see if it goes into the backstory and stuff, and be interesting. What was Sunako's life? What was her life like with her Sar? That's a question.
Yeah, did she have a life? Did he just like, I don't know, drink and run?
But then, why do? Yeah. These are all questions, isn't it? We don't know what's happened. Did she find him again? Did she search for him to get, if nothing, but to get revenge? How did she become so powerful? Because she's obviously powerful in terms of the influence she has.
I think it's what I think the reason she is so powerful is because she's so old. I think it's like the regular vampire story, whereas like the older the vampire is, the more power they've accrued. Because it's like it doesn't give you any kind of reference of like when she was born. It doesn't give you anything that it doesn't give you a timeline.
No, because it's an isolated house. It could be anything.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I guess we'll see in 2 weeks' time. But we're going to be back together before that because we've got Morkborg this Wednesday.
Morkborg on Wednesday.
Yep, and we've got the fifth
Birthday,
anniversary stream.
birthday party at the weekend,
Yep. And
which is why we're doing this tonight.
yep. It was either wait 3 weeks or do it now. It was like, no, we're not waiting 3 weeks.
3 weeks. No. This anime isn't worth. This anime isn't worth sitting on for 3 weeks.
No,
We need to watch the end of it so we can have either closure or guess at if there's going to be a season 2 sometime.
Yep. But yeah, it was really fun. Glad we're doing it. And like I said, we will be back very soon. Flea, thanks as always, mate, for coming on.
Always a pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Great to chat about this stuff. Thanks for everybody in the chat. So the numbers sort of get up and down there, but people have been jumping in and out. It was great to see you. But always welcome. Thanks for everyone who chatted. Just easy to say, until next time, keep updating the channel, do the typical things, and remember to keep it creepy, keep it horrific.